Check me out now. Return of the smooth operator. Shotty on repeat. I say sleep later. This another favor. Consider me your neighbor. Lost a lot of fam in pursuit of the paper. She gon' catch the vapor. We slide by. The way I speak my mind, it's like I peak my prime, but I ain't close. I cruise through the night air. Fantasy a dream. Real world is a nightmare. Like Claire battling the brainless. Learn to live shameless. Talk about me alive, but claim that I'm nameless. You aimless. So I'ma style on them. They washed up. It's a rap. Throw the towel on them. Gaining miles on them. Otakus for the win. Tacos. It depend on the mood that I'm in. Like Finn when it's time for adventure. This some new blue. Get ready to enter my mind for a few. Come and take a ride with the crew. I'ma show you how to recoup days lost when you vibe with the blue. Come vibe with the blue. Yeah, about time to regroup. Fly, got my eyes on the view. Never hear lies, only truth. Realize why they vibe with the blue. 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 Vibe with the vibe with the sky. Wait, you know the rest. I'm blessed. I see you frontin' like you ain't impressed, but I still get requests. I'm playing Zelda on the GameCube. I quit spamming my music. Don't ever try forcing the links. That's a high rule. The wind waker, Mother Nature on my side too, controlling the elements. Go and check my avatar. I'm arrows ahead. Get the point. Moving forward, the battle scars accumulated over time are reminders of what I went through as a miner. That made me a grinder. The trees broke down for this loose leaf. If life's a game of death, I'm Bruce Lee. Ooh wee. Lose sleep on the regular, trying to get this word out. Then I crash Nebula. Wish I had a very odd parent, maybe two, but it's cool. Everybody pays dues. Now it's time to make moves. Granny didn't raise me to lose. Think I'm in the mood for a cruise. Wanna ride? Come and vibe with the blue. Come 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 vibe with the. Check this out, y'all. I'm back spazzing like the elderly worth of my cousin Beverly. Never swear away from the truth. Just ask Heather, be weather, be tripping, starting to control like our destiny. Always give you the best of me until the death of me. My weaponry is a paintbrush. Hush, don't tell my secret. They get a hold of it. If you leak it, get it. Hold down, as usual. It's cool. Got you covered though, look. But let me get back to that cool-ish, loose-ish. Why they still lying? They don't do this bad at board games. Whole world clueless, selling their soul for Roof Chris. Who's this honored fella? Need a slice, extra mozzarella. Crew fly, let God propellers. Humanity born like they don't trust fun. Why you dodge to tell her? You don't know, but my odds are better. Life's a gamble, depending on who holding the cards. You can start living at large or it's bon voyage. Charge it to the game. Me and you ain't the same. I'm thinking bigger pictures. Why you still shrinking the frame? Ever blink in the rain? It helps when your eyes dry. Mob with the bright minds. Think you funny, wise guy? Midnight marauder with a new tribe. Tired of the fake. Come and vibe with the blue sky. Come vibe with the blue sky. Why do you try? We get them high. Take them high. What I do? Come vibe with the blue. Yeah. Come vibe with the blue. Pass what up? Vibe with the.
Motherfucker, are you out of your damn mind?
I have seen everything that has ever happened, ever will happen, ever could happen, and yet, what the hell is this?
Are you ready?
Working wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple lies. You can't see me, you Stevie, wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie and make it look easy. Dream on, yeah. Dream on, dream weaver. Dream weaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy Ernie, Blow Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to episode 266 of the Blerd Cave, the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other in the multiverse, which you can find pretty much every podcasting platform you can think of. You can find on Google, iHeartRadio, a potato, a chicken wing, whatever. Make sure if you do, though, make sure you leave us a rating. So that way we can find more listeners like yourself. Carter, how you doing?
Well, now that I'm not playing Balatro right now, I'm great. I was able to get away from that game. That game is ridiculous.
That's what I can't do it. That I don't do well with games that have like an addictive quality.
Yeah.
Anyone who has heard about my my exploits into Marvel Snap. Let me get this out of the way because we're not talking about that just yet. Yeah, I can't do it. I tried. No, can't do it. Nope. Well, not that I can't do it. I can do it. But y'all ain't about to get me. Y'all ain't about to have me sitting up here scratching my neck and shit like, man, y'all got any more of that Balatro?
That game, dog. That is Dopamine, the video game. That game is fucking ridiculous. And then it's worse because it's on my phone. And you always got your phone.
Look, well, no, that's the thing. Devontae just said it. he just said it.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's the difference, though. Here's the difference, though. With Marvel Snap, Devontae, you were having to pump money into that game.
Yeah.
Once you pay the sticker price for Balatro, you in there.
You done.
And that's a good and a bad thing.
That's what I say.
If you gotta pump money into something, at some point you're gonna get a little bit flustered and you're gonna want to take a break. With Balatro, you ain't gotta do that. So you can just keep going. So I respectfully say, fuck you, Elite X1, for sending that shit to Ernie and I in Discord DMs, because that I finally was able to catch up on books, catch up on work, catch up on other things like that. So I had a minute. So I just said, yeah, let me go ahead and finally try this thing out. That was a bad choice. That was a very bad choice. Nobody else played. If you see that game anywhere online, don't play that game. Don't get.
Yeah, I'm about to say don't do it.
Snow, you know what it is? I feel like I'm one of them people that Franklin Saint was selling that rock to, because that's what Balatro feels like right now.
Not the rock.
Like, man.
Oh Lord, why?
But other than that, I've been ready for this show, man. We're gonna be talking about a lot of San Diego Comic-Con stuff. We're gonna be talking about some new Dynamite series, since Dynamite series is just becoming boomerang for comics. We're gonna be talking about
Really?
Yeah, you didn't even think about it, did it? We got a new Justice League Unlimited coming out in a way you might be surprised. We got some West Coast Avengers that you all might actually read. And we have, I know one of the first stories we're going to get to, we ain't going to get to it just yet because I want to see how all of y'all are doing right now, is we're going to be talking about the continuation of dumbass Doctor Strange. That's what we gonna be talking about right now.
Wait, you mean Doctor Strange, dumbass supreme?
Man, I thought you were gonna put our conversation into that video of yours yesterday. So I know you were editing it, because full transparency, y'all, when that Blood Hunt video came out, maybe like an hour or two prior, I had called Ernie in regards to it, and we just started having a conversation about what happened in the book, because one of you guys in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, by all means, jump in there. And he was talking about Blood Hunt and the ending, and I hadn't read the ending because I hadn't read a lot of Blood Hunt. And so I read the ending, and I was just like, wait, again? But what I mean by that, we will get into later today. But other than that, I hope you all are doing fantastic. on this Saturday. Ernie, I hope it's getting cooler down there for you, because it is a cloudy, like 70 over here. When Bishop called me and was like, "How is it over there?" It's like 109. It says it's 97, but it feels like 109. I said, "Dog, it's cloudy, 60 degrees, and it's sprinkling." And he just got mad.
Ugh. Ugh. That's what I say to that. That is what I say to that shit. Real quick, because I'm so bad about this. This is probably why I don't get very many of these. Real quick, and you might have to refresh the stream in order to get this or to see it. But what I've done is there are a couple of things I'm gonna put in the I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna put this in the chat on both fronts.
Yeah.
Because these are all important. I'm actually I didn't get a chance to do the due diligence that I wanted to do with this, because I've been really busy. As some of you probably noticed, like, man, dude, Blerd been pumping out videos since he came back from vacation. Goddamn right I have. I've been pumping out videos. I think there's 4 videos out right now that have come out since Wednesday or Thursday, and there's also a couple of interviews that are going to be dropping here very soon. And what else we got? But that said, I have, as some of you maybe saw, I think when I did the NYX video, I have a partnership now with Global Comics. And I am passing the savings on to you because, as you probably saw in that video, if you missed that video for whatever reason, that's cool, but after this is over, go watch it. Global Comics is a digital platform where you can, go read comics. You're not going to get Marvel and DC. They don't do Marvel and DC, but they do have pretty much everything else. They do Image Comics. They do Boom Studios, Dynamite, Vault Comics, a very large number of things. Let's put it like that. And you can read all their comics digitally. You can either, if you want to be a savage, you can totally just buy the comics on their platform. I'm not that rich. I don't have that kind of I don't have that kind of Skrilla. Just go ahead and be honest with you. I just don't. It just is what it is. But if you are a gentleman like myself, a gentleman and a scholar, or a gentle lady and a scholar, or just a gentle person and a scholar, you can get this. Here, let's put this in the chat. Boom, right there. Actually, no, wait, that's the wrong one, but here, we're going to do... Here.
I mean, you do need that one up there, though.
No, we do need that one. We do need that one. That is definitely... No, you're right. That is one that we do definitely need. But if you want to, here we go. Bam. There we go. It was too long. That's what she said. Sorry, I'm a child. God damn, dude, what is up with my... I hate this thing sometimes. Here we go. Here we go, bam. There's that one. So, you can get a 1-year subscription to Global Comics, and you get 33% off of it. I think, like, it's a pretty substantial savings. But if you get that, you will be able to read everything on the platform. You don't have to pay anything extra. You don't have to, you're not locked out of any tiers or any specific stuff. If you have that 1-year subscription, you can just literally read comics to your heart's content. I will say that one of my personal favorite things about it is that I get to read Transformers. I get to read Void Rivals. I get to read Something Is Killing the Children. I get to read even some older stuff that you might not be thinking about. You could read East of West on the platform. You can read New Burn on the platform. You can read, and I just mentioned Chip Zdarsky's New Burn. You can also read Public Domain book you've heard Carter and I, absolutely just adore. Lots of things.
You can read Saga on there. Saga just came out this week.
Yep. As a matter of fact, yeah, you can read all the Saga.
And you're probably going to have to, because when you get to issue 67 that came out this week, you're not going to know what the.
Yeah, you really ain't.
I can't curse. This is a shameless plug. I'm trying to behave. So please.
So yeah, there you go. But the long and short of it is, and I will also say too, especially if you're a person who is like, there's a lot of comics you want to read, but you're really on the fence about a lot of different things. You're not really sure if you want to invest money into checking out new stuff. I think Global Comics is a good way to go with that, because I think, hell, while I was on vacation, I just started picking random shit. Shit I normally, if I walked into a shop or was scrolling through on nasty-ass Amazon Comixology, I would just be like, nah, keep on scrolling. But I was like, let me try out a couple things. Also, you can get comics from smaller creators, people who aren't, backed by a major or not as major publisher. So do with that information what you will. That said, we actually are here, and I'm gonna pin this. Let's pin that one. And we're also going to pin that bad boy on this side as well. Oh, wait. Wrong one. Yeah, boom. There it is. Sorry. I'm trying to do like 10 million things at once. There you go. Pinning it on the Twitch side as well. That said, speaking of comics. Actually, before we do, I want to share something with y'all. I actually wrestled with this. This is something I've shared with Carter. This will not be news to him. But I'm going to share it with y'all, because I don't ever want to hide things.
I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this. Please, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So no way. It's okay. One thing that's happened, I think I turned the saturation up just a little bit on the camera, but I will also say I am tanner because I've been out in the sun a lot. It's actually kind of what I want to talk about. Take care of yourselves out there, people. Please do. Cause your boy almost didn't make it to the cave this week. He almost didn't make it. Like, it was, and when I say almost didn't make it, I don't mean like, oh yeah. Kind of. No, I almost didn't make it. Some of you know I went on vacation with the family. Had to get some time away. From from the, I guess, the usual, whatever you want to call it. I don't want to call it the humdrum, because it's not like my life is boring. It's actually quite fun. Sometimes maybe a little too fun. But we had to get away. And we took a little short vacation, not very far, just literally up the road to Nashville. Stayed at a cabin for a couple of days. And during that stay, went to a water park. Not going to name the park because I don't want to make it hot for them, because to be fair, it wasn't their fault. This is all 100% on me. Just putting that out there. It was probably one of the hottest days of the year so far. And I was literally just talking to somebody about this not too terribly long ago. An experience they had that was kind of similar to mine, just in terms of heat and hydration. So I'm going to say, please, y'all, stay hydrated. Because I was taking my little girl out on one of those little water playgrounds, whatever you want to call it, like with all the floaties and stuff, like kind of like an obstacle course type deal. You get the idea. And yeah, I'm good, everybody. I am good. I'm fine. And here's the funny thing about it. I actually was drinking a lot of water, but like it had been a while since I had drank a lot of water, and it was so hot. Like literally standing in line to get onto the thing, like it was just heat just beaming directly down. And I think it was a combination of a couple of different things, but the long and short of it was, I'm taking my daughter out on this thing, and they tell you have to wear a life vest. Everyone has to wear a life vest. Now, this is safety, and I'm not knocking it. But there's a little thing I don't talk about. I am slick claustrophobic. And that doesn't mean necessarily that when I'm in a small room that I get, oh my God, I freak out. No, it's not like that. It has to be something like where like literally something is directly on top of me. Like case in point, I don't like going down water slides because if they're like too like tight, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. It just makes me freak out. But the life vest was so tight on me that it made me feel like it was hard. It wasn't harder to breathe, but it felt like it was harder to breathe. And it was kind of wild how this happened because getting on the thing, like you had to swim out to it and then get on it. There was a little kid, not my kid, but somebody else's kid, who kind of had a similar thing happen to him that happened to me. But while I was out there, you know, I guess I just, between the heat and the you know, that kind of tightness feeling, like my heart started racing, and it was just it was a recipe for disaster, and I almost passed out. Like I was telling this to Carter, I was like, yeah, you remember that episode of Sandman with Death and the guy's out, like he's out on the beach and he's walking back up towards the shore and the camera's on his wife, but like you could see him in the background and dude just passes out into the water. That was almost your boy. I started having a panic attack and kind of a slick bit of heat stroke, like heat exhaustion more than anything else. And I almost passed out in the water. And it made it even more scary because my daughter was out there with me. She can swim. That's not really the problem. But I was worried that I was going to pass out in front of her and possibly never wake up again. So that elevated my panic. And I was trying to get her to the shore, get myself to the shore. And like when I got to the shore finally, like I was literally struggling to get there. And if it tells you anything, the level of panic I had, like I couldn't really tell what was on my face because it's my face. My mother could see me on like she was like way out on the shore, like even further away from where I was than anything else. But she said she could even see the panic on my face and got scared. So be careful. Know your limits. Know your limits. Know your limitations. And also drink plenty of water because that was a lot of the problem too. But yeah, I almost saw death. If I would have saw a little black woman in some jeans and a tank top, I would have just been like, well, this is I'm like, this is it. This is gonna be it. But I'm good. I'm good now. I'm good. But yeah, I basically left the park, went back to the cabin, and got myself like even more hydrated, stayed in the air condition, and I've been good. So, but yeah, it was a very scary incident because yeah, it was one of those like, yeah, it was terrifying. It was terrifying. But yeah, here we are. Carter. Oh man. I think we're ready to do this. I think we're ready. But before we do, want to address a couple things that we got. Please don't have Greg Land do. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. That would be the last slap in the face. If Greg Land was providing tribute art to me, I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably come back to life and haunt that motherfucker. Just cause. But yes, here we are. We are still here. We're still good. We are going to take a quick look because we got some super chats right here. They kind of came in a little bit. Well, some of them a little bit, but the chat's been rolling, so they're kind of further back. So we got LA chilling out here with the 24 months. Says, hope y'all haven't been switching y'all black cards. Hey, let me tell you something. I just turned black, just so y'all know. Y'all been keeping up with the presidential race. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what time it is. We also got Levesso the Samurai out here with 23 months. Says people going to be mad at Doctor Strange like they were a Star-Lord after Infinity War. Man, look, that's actually a perfect segue. That is a perfect segue. So, Carter, did you get a chance? You say you got a chance to read. Did you get a chance?
When I called you yesterday, it was right after I'd finished it. Again, I read it again just to make sure, and a lot of people are talking about dumbass Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's rewind a little bit. He's talking about he's talking about Blood Hunt number 5. He's talking about this new event thing. This is Marvel Doctor Doom's World Domination Trip Take 4. So
yeah, basically.
this is if you were someone who was a fan of Blood Hunt and you were really itching to see where issue 5 went, but you were also itching to see what news came out of San Diego Comic-Con, you were pissed. So I say all that to say One World Under Doom is the newest thing that we have. We got 2 months before we got a new Marvel event. This one's November, correct?
Yeah, November. Yeah, we're talking November.
So we're not doing a month after month after month to where we are just event fatigued out, even though I would still say we're kind of event fatigued.
Yeah, we're event fatigued out. 2 months ain't long enough.
End an event with a new event that's coming is nasty. But one thing I want to get to before we get into the real schmeat of it all. So Blood Hunt number 5. Varney is just running roughshod. Some nice art by Pepe Larraz. I like the whole fight between Thor and Varney.
That part was cool. I like that.
That part it looked really cool. But let's move on past that. Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom make a deal. If you save the world from this current threat, the only way you can do that is by giving you a piece of my soul and making you Sorcerer Supreme, like I did with my wife, Charlize Theron. So,
this motherfucker.
Dr. Doom is now Sorcerer Supreme. He saves the day. I am totally speeding all this shit up, but
basically,
Doctor Strange looks at old Vic like, okay, you saved the world, Vic. It's about that time. Doctor Strange did not realize the Vic he was talking to was not Victor Von Doom. He was talking to Vic Mackey, and Vic Mackey ain't have time for any other shenanigans.
Look, he said,
"Get that out in my face."
Be gone with him.
Vic said, "I don't do any." Victor Von Doom said, "I don't do anything halfway." This was halfway. Now, the reason
actually, you know what you said that.
Mm-hmm.
You remember how the shield used to kick in? Where it'd be like, da, 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 da. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When you said that, and I was looking at this, when he did the little wave, that's what I was like, da, 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 da.
Yeah. So this is the conversation that Ernie and I had yesterday, where Ernie He had already done the video
Mhm.
for Blood Hunt, but in our conversation yesterday, I brought up something that he said himself that he had not even thought about at all. But the only reason it was stuck in my head and living rent free in my mind because that's the only interaction that I know of those two. I'm talking about, and it's actually something somebody brought up in the Discord this morning. A book they're about to get. Yeah, a book they're about to get, which is pretty funny. But it struck me as odd that Doctor Strange would do something like this, seeing as how Secret Wars happened.
Right.
So a lot of you, if you all don't know about Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, basically world-ending shenanigans. Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, they pretty much figure out, you know what? We can do this, we can do X, Y, Z, and save the worlds that we can. Basically, Doctor Doom did there what he did here.
Yeah.
He buffed Doctor Doom, excuse me, and that's how you got God King Doom and the like. All of everything that happened in Secret Wars, time runs out in Hickman's Avengers and things like that. That was basically a way to get a new season of Doctor Doom buffs in the current Secret Wars patch, and it even came with a Game of Thrones emote of him sitting on the throne with Sue Storm and little
Valyria.
Valyria.
Oh, hell, and Doctor Strange was the hand. He was the hand of the king.
Yeah, he was. Well, no, he was the hand, but I like the way they called him the sheriff.
Yeah, he was the sheriff.
They called him the sheriff. But the reason that was so stuck in my mind in the conversation that I had with Ernie was, did Jed McKay not read Secret Wars?
Yeah, he read it. He just didn't care.
Did he read Secret Wars and just didn't give a fuck about what happened in Secret Wars? Which started a whole back and forth with Ernie and I, because this seems like the perfect case of Jed McKay was the only person in the house and saw some food in the fridge, but he knew it wasn't his, but he ate it anyway. So when that person came, hey man, who ate my shit, man? I don't know, dog. I just got here. This is what it screamed to me when I read Blood Hunt #5.
Yeah.
But there are some shots from Secret Wars. I remember, and I wonder if it's gonna happen in whatever books are gonna lead up to One World Under Doom. I wonder if somebody's gonna ask Doctor Strange what the fuck, because they did it in Secret Wars. They confronted Doctor Strange about everything that was going on. Why would you be working with him? Why would you help him do this? Why would you, like, what went through your mind to give Doctor Doom this kind of power? And in Secret Wars, he flat out said, Doctor Doom is the only one that's good at playing God. That was his reasoning to Mr. Fantastic, Spider-Man, Star-Lord, everybody else. He's good at playing God. Now, they gave you that one.
Yeah.
They gave you that one.
You had that one.
I want to see if whoever is writing this, I want to see the excuse that they're going to write that Doctor Strange has given Victor Von Doom this current buff.
Well, what's so funny to me too is it's like, you know, you can't trust this motherfucker.
We have been through this before,
right? Like, okay, first off, let me give y'all a little history.
Yeah.
When Doctor Strange was giving up the office of Sorcerer Supreme, this is when Dr. Voodoo took it. This was also around the time that he was Strange was grooming Wanda Maximoff to become, potentially the next Sorcerer Supreme as well. This was all kind of in and around the same time. Dr. Doom pulled up and was pretty much demanding it be given to him. There was a whole story arc between Doom and Doctor Strange where Doom was also trying to get the office of Sorcerer Supreme. When Doctor Strange died, a year and some change ago, soon as Clea hadn't had the office 2 seconds. And who came strolling into the Sanctum Sanctorum. It was Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom pulled up and was like, yeah, give me my shit. That motherfucker. Matter of fact, hell, when Dr. Voodoo got the office of Sorcerer Supreme, Dr. Doom pulled up, was like, yeah, go ahead and hand that over, pimp. This man cannot be trusted. He cannot be trusted.
So real quick, we got somebody in the chat saying in universe, only a handful of people remember Secret Wars from 2015. You are absolutely correct. But
yes.
Do you know who two of them motherfuckers are that remember Secret Wars? The two motherfuckers over there in that picture.
Yeah.
The two over there. Not Charlize Theron in the back, but
No.
the two people in the front. Them two motherfuckers remember Secret Wars. That's why you got infamous Iron Man. That's why you got all those Doom stories before he became what he was. Them two remember.
Well, here's the thing. And well, okay, here's the thing. I want to point out something because maybe this isn't obvious. In this shot right here, Doctor Strange is dead. He is still dead. He is still dead from when Blade broke his ass off at the beginning of Blood Hunt. He's still dead. Now, he is a disembodied spirit. So you got to be a goddamn fool. You sit up here dead to motherfucker, and you like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get us to look right here. This right here is all you needed to see. Look at Furiosa back there. Look at Furiosa back there. She is telling this motherfucker no.
Not Fury.
I'm just saying.
You know what's nastier? You know what's nastier? It's two things. It's two things. But you just reminded me of something. In this shot, if you can, in that shot, because one of the things that was going through my head when it happened was you could have just, did the fusion dance with Clea again, since that's what y'all used to beat the Sentry in that Strange book.
Right?
But go back real quick. Go back to the previous photo. Go back to the previous photo. It's something else that I did not catch. So I'm gonna show you all. Sorry for the audio files, but this is Doctor Strange telling Doom, I want your oath, Victor. I want your word. Once the world is saved, you will return to me what is mine. And right there, Doom, you see ... You ain't even got to say shit else that Doom said.
Nope.
Because he signed his own death warrant with them 3 dots. Doom already knew. Yep, got his ass.
This is why. Look,
once the world is saved, you will return to me what is mine. Doom don't say shit.
Nope.
And then says, "You have my word, the word of Doom." Right there, Doctor Strange signed his own death warrant.
Right there. And man, right here, I just want to say, you ever hear the leopards eating faces party slogan? That
I saw that in the Lion King 2 movie.
Yeah. It's for those unfamiliar, just in case, because I don't ever want to pretend that everyone knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But there's this meme. Some of you may know the meme. But it basically is to the tune of, in the political spectrum, when it typically comes up when someone votes for a candidate who is clearly a terrible person, and this person in question is voting against their best interest because they think that the person in question is not going to do the bad things they're talking about to them. I present to you the Leopards Eating Faces Party. Their campaign slogan is, "We won't eat your face." Let me be 10,000,000% perfectly clear. This is what Steven voted for. He voted for the Doom Betraying People Party. This is what he voted for.
You know what you need to put under Doom won't betray you? It needs to be you have my word, the word of Doom.
That's what the word of Doom.
That's what that needs to be. Yeah. That's what that needs to
be. Look, wait, ... You have the word of Doom. But here's the thing.
You have my word. The word of Doom. That's it.
I'm just saying. Who raised you, Doctor Strange? Who raised you? Why? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? You have to be the dumbest, most ignorant, most absolutely positively brain dead Sorcerer Supreme ever in the history of ever. And look, let me go ahead and shut this shit down right now, because I know there's gonna be that one person be like, well, what if Doctor Strange is playing 5D chess with Doctor Doom, and he foresaw that Doctor Doom was gonna pull some fuck shit, and he's kind of doing an Avengers Endgame where this is the one possibility out of 14,000,065. What? Shut the fuck up. It's still fucking dumb.
I'm reading chat. So when you brought up Avengers Endgame, I was just like, wait, what the fuck is Ernie talking about? Okay. Boom. Look, we have Drake Wolf in the chat. And he said, didn't he betray Strange during Secret Wars 2? He didn't betray him. No, but Strange just gave him that buff for free. Yeah. Wasn't that like less than 5 years ago? And that's my question. Is this a case of Doctor Strange just being written as an out-and-out dumbass, since it's clear that people remember Secret Wars was a thing?
Oh, and to be fair, it's closer to 10 years. It's been closer to 10 years. That was 2015.
Yeah, but point being, is it a case of Doctor Strange being written like a dummy, or is it the case of Jed McKay just hoping people ain't thinking about it, forgot it, or he just ignored it? So it's hard for me to figure out where to point the goddamn finger, because here's the thing. Was this a neat little twist at the end of something that was supposed to be a Blade event? Sure.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
We still, as readers of this Marvel universe stick, we still will remember certain things. If this was some shit that happened 20, 30 years ago, okay. But bruh, we have moved on from 30, 40 years ago. Secret Wars is still praised by so many goddamn people, and it's still fresh in people's heads. It's just like, is it really Benedict Cumberbatch, or is it really Jed McKay? So that's why I'm having issue, like, really. And I will clown Doctor Strange all day, but at the same time, like, you also have to kind of open your eyes to, and you also have to look at the person behind the pen as well. So I don't know, man. I would love for him to be asked that question. I would love to see his answer to that question.
Oh yeah.
And I would hope that people would ask it respectfully. Like, I know there are some of y'all gonna be like, bro, we just no, but just so that we can get an answer, and depending on that answer, then y'all can act stupid. But I really want to know, like, where his head was when he made that choice for dumbass Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, no, I would. I need to be inside his mind for that one.
And here's a question for you, because I just saw it in chat, and maybe you can answer it for me. Somebody in the chat said, "Isn't Clea like more powerful than Doom, than Doctor Strange?"
The Doctor Strange,
point?
Is that true? Yes, it is. It is widely regarded as her, because for one, she's not a normal human. She is not a normal human. That's one feather in the cap that kind of puts her.
I mean, we know Charlize Theron is not. She went from being an atomic blonde to Hancock's old flame to being in a post-apocalyptic world with one arm, and then for some reason she had an era of her being the Queen's Gambit playing chess. So we know.
Look, we know she the baddest motherfucker out there in the wasteland. But no, it's this is why I said in my video, I don't know why Steven made this decision, because I mean Clea was literally standing right there. As Carter alluded to earlier, with his statement about the Strange title that was out while Doctor Strange was in the gulag. We literally saw Doctor Strange and Clea form fucking Voltron. Here, let me pull this up. Because I know some of y'all, I don't expect a lot of y'all to remember this, but we literally saw Doctor Strange and Clea come together to form an omnipotent, all-powerful being that could literally solo an undead Sentry.
Keep in mind, listen what he just said. Undead. Robert Reynolds was not home, and it still took them doing that to take him down. Now I know the argument. I know the immediate argument would be that, well, of course they couldn't, because Doom was just a spirit, corporeal, like he was a ghost. But if he could give the mantle of Doctor Strange to somebody else, dog, you have to make an argument that Doctor Strange and Clea could have done something other than what we got.
Oh, no. Also, I want to bring up something. I'm glad you brought up the fact that Doctor Strange was dead. Technically, his ass wasn't alive either when this happened. Okay. Technically, he was still dead.
Gotcha.
He was back, but he was acting as a Grim Reaper for death. He technically was not alive when they. So no, your argument still rings true. Doctor Strange is a fucking idiot, is what that is. And here's the thing. I also want to point this out too. Jed act like we ain't read that shit. I think it is.
That's my question.
Yeah.
Did Jed McKay not write Strange?
Yeah. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah, he did.
You wrote again. Is it really Doctor Strange? Or is it really Jed McKay? No.
Wait. Right there. Right there.
Okay. Is it really?
In case
or
nobody
are we
believes
just
me.
getting some
right there?
Okay. Boom. Again, is it really Doctor Strange, or are we getting some, for lack of a better word, a little bit of sus writing from Jed McKay?
Well, okay, and here I want to say real quick too, because I pulled this up for a reason. Because I'm gonna check I want to check my sources before I. We got 222 people here. I see 111 likes. Math ain't math, and I need y'all to bring it up. Bring it up. If you are watching this, if you're getting any enjoyment out of this, please, by all means, make sure you hit that like button, because I'm gonna tell you right now, it may seem like such a small thing, but. It actually helps tremendously, because you clicking that like button lets YouTube know that you are enjoying what you're watching, and they're going to say, you know what? Hey, this person right here, they're enjoying this. Okay, they clicked the like button. Clearly, they engaged with the video. They're engaging with the live stream. Here, let's show this to some more people. Let's show this to some more people, just like this person. So please, I know it's free. It does not cost any money whatsoever. All it costs is you just taking your little finger and going, boop. That's it. Or if you're watching this on desktop or whatever, you just click, or use your remote if you're watching on TV, whatever. But yes,
he said confirmed. Jed just hates Doctor Strange. I don't think that's the case. This isn't some like Garth Ennis hates superheroes kind of shit. No, it's just like I said. I think it's just some very sus writing. It's more so. Oh, go ahead.
No. You said what I was about to say. You said what I was thinking. You said exactly what I was thinking. Okay. No, please carry on. Okay. Carry on.
But yeah, I think that's all that is. So even though I know there are going to be several people, because that's the one thing that we have to remember, and that's what a lot of people tend to forget.
Yes.
You have to not just think about the character. You have to think about who's writing the character. A lot of people tend to forget that these motherfuckers are not real.
Right.
A lot of y'all can go to New York and go to the Sanctum right now. So you can talk about how this person is dumb and this person is this and this person is that, but you got, again, this is still Jed McKay. So who is to blame?
Yeah,
Who is to blame for the shenanigans?
And here's what I'm gonna say. I feel like, man, and yeah, I just said I don't give Stephen Strange credit for having some long game plan, but I am gonna say I think that this was not done on accident. I honestly think Jed McKay has some kind of long game that he's playing at, and it's one of those situations where Jed McKay is asking something of us as readers that I don't think many of us are going to be able to give. And that is suspension of disbelief. So, and what I mean by that is I believe that Jed McKay is planning some kind of thing, some kind of big comeback for Doctor Strange in this. By the time all the dust is settled, by the time all the smoke is cleared, Doctor Strange is going to get his clap back. He's going to get to have his receipt. But here's the problem with this. And it's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot because here's the thing. Anytime you are pitting two beloved characters against one another, especially in this day and age where fandoms have come to love characters, even the characters they probably on paper should not love.
You talking about Homelander?
That too. But like Doctor Doom is a beloved character. Villain or no, he's a beloved character. There's no getting around that. And don't get me wrong, I think Doctor Doom has a lot of redeeming qualities, but he is, at the end of the day, he's still a bad guy. Mm-hmm. But I feel like one of two things is, well, actually, I say one of three things is going here. For one, I think Doctor Doom is going to run into some things that we have seen before, some character and story developments we've seen before. Case in point, what happened? Carter, would you like to remind people what happened after that 2015 Secret Wars came to a close with Doctor Doom? What was one of the first things that motherfucker did?
He realized he was pretty again and said, I want to be Iron Man.
Basically. Like, when Doom has the opportunity to when Doom has the opportunity here, just for those of you, maybe, I don't expect everyone to have read everything, but for those who may or may not remember, yes, infamous Iron Man, one of the most iconic Doctor Doom story arcs ever in the history of ever, one that's been getting a lot of love lately because of some other news that happened at San Diego Comic-Con regarding your boy Robert Downey Jr. I feel like, Doctor Doom, he's probably going to be on that Fox News bullshit for a little bit, but I feel like it's also going to be one of those deals where he's probably going to try to do the right thing. Like, he's going to do it, but he's going to do it his way. So he's not going to be so much a villain of all this. He's going to be an antagonist, but he's also going to be a protagonist in the sense that whatever it is coming up, he is going to be a centralized character in this. However, because he is so popular, and I would dare say Doctor Strange, or not Doctor Strange, but Doctor Doom might be more beloved than Doctor Strange, Jed McKay might be playing with fire here. Because even if he does give Doctor Strange that clap back, Doctor Strange fans are going to be good. They're going to feel justified. But Doctor Doom fans are probably not going to like that shit. Whatever it is, however this ends, I don't foresee this. I don't know. I just don't foresee it ending in a way that you're not going to be able to please everybody with this shit. And honestly, I don't think you should try. But I just, I worry that maybe... Look, I'm going to let him cook. I'm going to let him cook because I like Jed McKay's work by and large. But I have concerns. I have concerns.
And the other end of that would be, because you and I see some other people in the chat saying that Jed always plays the long game in all of his stories. I'm sure he'll pull from yet another 90s series that no one remembers, and this will all blow over.
Need I remind you all of Vengeance of Moon Knight? Or just Blood Hunt. Who other than maybe 10 people remembered that Blade story arc from like I think it was the early 90s?
Yeah.
Who remembers that
here's
shit?
my question. So here's my thing. And that could very well, what you're saying and what people in the chat are saying, that very well could be the case. Or could this have just... So here's my thing. Have they announced creative teams for this one world under Doom?
No, I don't think so. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. We don't have... I think we're still kind of on drip feed on news for this one, to my understanding.
For the sake of this conversation, let's just say that it's Jed writing it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Was Blood Hunt and everything like that, was that a case of Jed McKay playing the long game with the Doctor Strange and Doom stuff? Or was this just a case of, I don't care, la 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 la, I want to write a Doom story.
He was on that Miles Morales. He was on that Miles Morales. He's like,
no. I want to write a Doom story. You all should have faith in me because of what I've done with Moon Knight, Strange, and other things. I want to do this. So I'm just gonna do this. But what about your other? Shut the fuck up, Dale Gribble style. Pocket sand. Wow, just hit your head with the pocket sand real quick. I want to do this. So that's my question to you all. Is this a long game thing, or is this just I kind of stumbled in the writing department on this, but it's because I want to do this. Shut the fuck up. I want to do this.
And honestly, that's what I that's kind of where I'm at on it personally. Just personally, I think that's, to me, that's what a lot of this is. Which, I mean, that's fine if it is. You know, I'm not gonna. I don't know. Jed McKay has done so much good that I'm willing to just go with it. But here's the thing.
Don't you dare. Jed McKay has done so much good that I will let him cook. You said the same thing about Denise Kemp. You were going to let them. They've done so many things that I'm a fan of. You couldn't even wait till issue 2 came out to get some color in the Ultimates. Don't you do it.
I'm going to let him cook. I'm going to let him cook, but I'm a cook too. I'm a cook too. Don't think look, here's the thing. I can let him cook and still be critical. And still be critical. It's one of those situations where, and I feel like sometimes you know, okay, and then we're gonna get to super chats and stuff.
Yes. We have several.
Yes, we have a lot. I've been kind of. My queue is full on what I can pin.
And then Fearless Mo came in and just suck a punch.
Like literally, by his namesake. And here, I don't. What are my least favorite things in the world?
Yeah.
Because y'all know I am very politically activated, so I watch a lot of political news. One of my least favorite things is when I watch online journalist interview someone, and then that person says some fuck shit, and that journalist does not question them. That journalist just lets them say whatever they want, unabated, no checks and balances, no follow-up, just like, well, I'm going to play patty cakes with you because I want access. I don't want to lose access to you. I don't want to piss you off so that way you don't want to come back or that you won't want to fuck with me no more. So what I'm going to do is you just said some of the most fuck shit in the history of fuck shit, but I'm going to ignore it just because, so we stay cool. Or one of my other least favorite examples, a guy who I have come to have lost almost all my respect for, a guy like Roland Martin, who had a woman on his show who has literally defrauded her own fucking city, who she is the mayor of. I don't want to go, I'm not going to go too much further deeper in that. Look it up if you want. But he had this heifer on his show This woman is literally defrauding her entire fucking town out of money, and he defended her because he wanted to play patty cakes. He wanted to play patty cakes. He didn't want to play hardball. I'm not that guy, okay? I'm not going to be a dick, but I am going to be critical where I feel the need to be critical is warranted. So, yes, if it comes down to it, when I read a comic, if there's something in it that I find questionable, I'm going to say something. And regardless of, because in the same breath that I said I enjoyed Denise Camp's Ultimates, I also said that I still find the idea of an all-white team very troubling. Especially from a person who is not exactly white. So there's that. That said, once again, we don't play patty cakes here. We don't play patty cakes here at the Blerd Without Fear compound. We don't do it. Never have, never will. By the way, let's go ahead and hit these super chats real quick. We got Gearless Mode with it. 1999. Super chat. Hit us with that.
There were several super chats before his, but you took the time to say his to sing that stupid fucking jingle. I know you did.
Yeah, I did.
I know you did.
Actually. I did because I just want to do it because I love him. That's my boy. Also because he gave us them 20 gifteds.
Yes, he did.
He hit us with 20 gifteds. Won't he will?
Mm-hmm.
But we also got, let's see here. We also got Ed Boy in the Cup of the 5. Says, Doom looked at Strange like Rico looked at Mitch and paid in full. You got 20. You got 20 racks in the bag. You got 20 grand in that bag, pimp. Oh, love to see it. We also got LJ Brown with the £5. Said Ernie and C Train. Choo choo. My only question is, will RDJ be Doom after Secret Wars? Because let's see, was this because Pepper Potts is gonna have PTSD from looking at Doom. Seriously, that's the thing I think a lot of people haven't really been talking about in regards to this. Like, they've been marveling over Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, but they haven't been talking about the things I feel people should be talking about. And that is the plain and simple fact.
Yeah.
The plain and simple fact that, dude, imagine how Peter is gonna feel seeing Tony Stark under that mask. Imagine how much that's going to break his heart.
That's a big ass if.
Well,
we do, because we don't know if we're going to see if he could just be a voice. He could be on some Kevin Conroy. It's just a voice.
You never know. You never know. I think we'll see his face though. Decking out. He's a, he cooks. Ernie grills. You know what? I like that. You know what? Hold on. Wait, I gotta write that down. Hold on. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh my God.
Hold on.
Wait. I am the man who grills. But no. We have also got Revolutionary Dragon with the 5. Says, hey, Blerd Carter, what if it's a mix of sus writing and editorial wanting to push Doom with Avengers Doomsday around the corner? I agree with that sentiment because I've been saying this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Studios and Marvel Entertainment, Marvel Comics, there's a lot more crosstalk than people might want to believe. Like, you remember, Carter, do you remember when James Gunn was talking about when they initially announced the DCU? They were talking about how, there's going to be brand-wide synergy. So the stuff that's happening in the comics is going to affect stuff that's happening in the movies, the TV shows, the video games, audio dramas, whatever. Yeah. Marvel had already been kind of slick doing that, but just not making a big deal out of it. They had been doing it quietly. So like whenever there was something popping off in the MCU, you usually see some shit in the comics that was kind of vaguely similar, or maybe even kind of hinting at if there was a character that was about to rise to prominence in the MCU, you would start seeing them get lots of stuff like what was it? Echo. Echo is probably one of the biggest examples of that. Granted, she didn't have the Phoenix Force on the MCU show. She had probably something even more busted than that. She had the power of friendship and family. That she had the power of the ancestors. But I thought that it was interesting when they gave her the Phoenix, because I was like, oh yeah, this must mean something. I said they're probably about to raise her cachet. And and sure enough, that it all kind of bled into that. It wasn't like continuity wise, but I mean, it just, oh hey, this character's getting a lot of shine, so yet here they are. I'm positive all of this shit was timed. Like, I mean, Marvel was probably already going to do the Doom stuff anyway. With in regards to the comic, One World Under Doom, that was probably going to happen. But when they saw that RDJ, because these things, there's a lot of crosstalk here. When they saw that this motherfucker was coming back, they was like, oh yeah, go ahead and release that information. Go ahead, get it out.
Yeah,
get that shit out there. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's be right on time. Let's be right on fucking time. And yet here we are. This is this is where we're at. We have also I see it now. I don't remember the woman's name, and I should actually commit it to memory. Because someone's asking about who I was talking about. I'm trying to see if I can remember this woman's name. Let's see here.
Okay, well,
Tiffany. It was the Dalton Mayer, Tiffany Henyard. That's her name. Tiffany Henyard. Look her up. By the way, also yes, we got 156 likes. I see 242 people in here. We need to get that up. Please, and thank you. I implore you, please click those buttons. We got another one here from Ed Boy in the Cut. 5 says, Jed stated, this is the hardest event I've ever had to put together. I think this might be RDJ Doom MCU synergy. He still needed to write it better. And that's kind of where I'm at on this. I don't think this was handled well. I don't think this was like, and here's the thing, and I want to make it clear because I see it happen every once in a while. People go run and tell that, ooh, man, you see how Blerd Without Fear was cooking your shit? Please understand. Yeah, for the yucks, but I'm serious about the criticism. But that doesn't mean that it comes from a place of mean-spiritedness. It comes from a place of just pointing out something that I see. I think it's also just a combination too of people are not used to seeing me be as critical lately of things. I'm usually just more all positivity. But yes, I can be very critical, especially about things I give a shit about. And I actually gave a shit about this event, even though I thought that it was kind of unnecessary in terms of how they propped up Blade only to really have a stealth Doctor Doom event.
I got a question.
I
got a question really quick, because here's my thing. I know a lot of people like to say that it's MCU this and it's MCU that.
Mm-hmm.
My question to you is, because you can correct me if I'm wrong, they have to have these stories and these events and ideas scripted out well in advance.
Yes, very much so.
So is it really this case of them trying to synergize with the fucking movies, or is it the movies trying to scramble and figure out what we can do next? Because again, a lot of people will always say, man, they're trying to be like the movie. Well, they got to have this shit done well before. This isn't like a DC thing to where you have Tom King and James Gunn at the same table having conversations and shit like that. That's not this.
No.
So that's what I'm wondering. Like, is it with this stuff having to be done well in advance, is it really synergy, or is it really just
it's
the movies are trying to take from the books now to figure something out.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's kind of a mix. It's only brand synergy in so much as the timing of the announcements.
Mhm.
Like I think this arc has been decided well in advance. Well in advance. This has been likely cooking for a year. Like over a year, maybe even so much. It's just that it like the timing was good. And if the timing is good, you're going to take advantage of it. And I think that's what Marvel Studios and Marvel Comics did. I think it was one of those situations where they're like, hey, we got RDJ coming back as Doom. Oh, hey, you know, we actually got the story arc that's coming up. We've been kind of putting this together for a while. Yeah, we're going to do this whole thing where Dr. Doom is at the forefront. Shit, you announcing your shit this weekend? Oh, well, shit, man. Let me do mine, too. Shit, come on here. Hey, intern, get the press release ready. Get the press release ready. Marvel Studios said they about to show off RDJ as Dr. Doom.
He didn't even have a name. He just intern.
Yeah, intern. Actually, Bradley, get that, get this. Yeah, can you give me, tell Pepe Larraz to get me some art ready. We need a rush job on some art. For this upcoming thing, we about to go live with it.
You already fucked up your joke. You said Pepe Larraz and Rush Job. You know, sure shit. You should have said Greg Land for Rush Job. For Rush Job, shit.
I mean,
but the only reason I even asked you that question was because if you're gonna say that was supposed to be MCU synergy, then you're more than likely gonna have to say the same thing for Blood Hunt, since it was all about Blade, or as far as we knew before this ending.
Up to that point,
and look at all the Blade drama that's been going on.
Yep.
Okay, you really say that was MCU synergy? So that's the only reason I even.
Well, it's funny because I feel like that one was weird because I feel like that was accidental synergy and not the good kind. It was because people saw all those trailers for Blood Hunt and thought that was a fucking movie, not a comic book. So then when the news was coming out, it just kind of was like a big perfect storm of bullshit. But at the same time, I say this all the time, a rising tide lifts all ships. So if you can have your shit popping off at the same time somebody else got they shit popping off, it all just works out.
Yeah.
But that said, everybody is going to be bending the knee. Everybody is going to be bending the knee. That's the kind of the big deal here. So next year, you go see Captain America and Wanda Maximoff, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Wolverine, a bunch of other motherfuckers, all bending the knee to Doom. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm getting DC New 52 vibes off this, and I'm going to tell you why. You remember when Lex Luthor joined the Justice League? I got a feeling Dr. Doom gonna fuck around and wind up becoming an Avenger. I have a feeling he's gonna wind up encroaching his way onto the Avengers. It's gonna be kind of funny to see that play out. We have also got Jarrell Boza with the 5, says peace and love to you both. Hey, we appreciate you, pimp. Thank you for that. Also, man, got another one too. Says, would you consider doing a cover of the Captain? Would I consider doing a cover of the Captain Marvel's last run? I actually have. I was gonna wait till it just kind of wrapped up because it's so much shit going on. But I have been enjoying it for the most part. I haven't read the last few issues because I'm just gonna wait, stack them up. But that is technically the plan. That is technically the plan. And then let's see here. Oh, can we ever watch you play you and Carter play Pal World? Man,
you got me fucked up. I'm not playing that game. I don't like that I'm playing the Balatro as much, but I actually talked to Ernie today. I'm thinking about getting back on Witcher 3, and now that I've caught up to where I was in Death Stranding, that game has me now. I'm locked back in on Death Stranding right now.
Well, he delivering the packages is what he's doing. He's delivering the packages.
No, we doing the Norman Reedus Caucasian zipline service is what we're doing right now.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Because Marvel Rivals, I know a lot of you all were like, man, we want you to be like an official partner for Marvel Rivals. No.
Oh yeah, no, he good. Actually, I was gonna say, yeah, Robo. He said Robo probably ain't even running that Power World server no more. No, that server I think is dead. Cause I stopped. I think he stopped playing it. I stopped playing it. I just was kind of not in a. And you know what it was? It reminded me of what happened to me when I was playing Baldur's Gate. Back when it was in early access. You just reach a brick wall in early access. It's like, okay, cool. Well, I'm done. Yeah. And that's pretty much what happened. That's pretty much what happened.
Frantic World saying he just started playing The Witcher 3 again. I saw that there was a mod that had gotten officially updated where they make Geralt look like Henry Cavill.
Oh shit!
And so I want to play it. I want to go back to playing it because that was the mod that made me want to play Witcher 3 to begin with, and now they have updated it to where it looks fantastic. So yeah, I want to play it again. But if it's not Witcher 3 and Death Stranding, it's probably going to be Hunt Showdown with Ernie because they just came out with the they just came out with a new trailer for the new event they got going on because there's going to be a new immolator where people don't know if it's a boss or not.
Yeah.
And they nerfed poison ammo because of the immolator.
They did. Well, you know, the mess up part was I think they had actually made it where immolators don't even get affected by it the same way anymore, even before this. I remember hearing something about that. But yeah, I think what's going to wind up happening is, because just based on what I saw in the trailer, I wonder if it's an elite enemy, kind of like a meathead. Like instead of like being like the meathead, it's gonna be like an immolator version of a meathead or some shit. I don't know, but that motherfucker shoots fireballs. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. I am super good. Super good.
Multiplayer mode. Oh,
wait, what happened?
There's a game. It's called Buckshot Roulette. It's exactly what you think it is. Somebody gifted that to me, and I played it on stream with everybody because everybody. When you're playing the game, you get to put in the name of who's playing. So we kind of did everybody that was in the stream.
Ooh.
That game is ridiculous. And it's getting multiplayer? That is nutty.
God,
that is nutty.
What is going on? Well, here, we got we got another one. We got, man, dude, Carter, you about to... You about to hate me here in a minute. We got one here from Gabriel, the Dark Knight. With the happy Saturday, everyone just showing support. Thank you for that. 1999 super chat. We also got another one here. Look, I can't wait to share this one. This is from the Streamlabs side. We got Jasmine out here. Also, with a 1999 Streamlabs super chat. We got one here. She says, I'm not happy about RDJ coming back to the MCU, especially as Doom. I wasn't on this train before, but with this, the MCU is feeling stale, and RDJ coming back feels like a cheap pop. But the MCU has been around for 15 years, so maybe that's the cycle of franchises. What?
Damn.
I mean, she ain't say nothing wrong, though. We talked about this on Nerds of Culture.
Somebody pulled some Jed McKay shit. Somebody went in your fridge and ate your shit, didn't it? Because I have never seen her that critical.
Well, no, but I understand the sentiment because I said something similar or kind of close to that effect. I think it's dumb. I think RDJ coming back as Dr. Doom is dumb, and not because it's an actor who is iconic and synonymous with an iconic character. No, I can accept an actor coming back to a franchise playing a completely different character. I don't have a problem with that. But this does feel like it's for a very particular, like there's a joke in Deadpool and Wolverine about when they talk about bringing back white Captain America.
Yeah.
This is what that feels like. This feels like that, but this isn't a joke. Like it's like, hey, let everybody we got that uppity negress Ironheart coming up, and we know the fanboys gonna be mad here. We're gonna bring back RDJ. Everybody thinks MCU is a low point, so and this is why I say you shouldn't listen to the vocal minority, because Marvel has literally been going out of its way to try and get those people to like them and I don't know how many times I've said this, Marvel, the chuds are not going to fuck you. Stop. Stop stunt casting. Stop stunt writing. Just tell the same good stories you've been telling. The people who are the people who are the most vocally angry or upset or disenfranchised by Marvel are not the majority. They're not. So stop trying to play to them. You never had them. You never will have them. Stop.
I disagree with that. I don't think it has anything to do. I don't think it has anything to do with them trying to get the chuds. This shit screamed because full transparency. I don't give a fuck about them bringing back Robert Downey Jr. because we've seen it with. I mean, we just finished talking about Deadpool and Wolverine with Chris Evans being Johnny Storm, and then he became Captain America. I don't give a fuck about them bringing him back. I will say, with you bringing up Infamous Iron Man, Vincent Cassell was who the artist was clearly making Dr. Doom look like in that book, like how they did Norman Osborn looking like you know who I'm talking about. And I
they
saw
made him look like
people
Tommy Lee
bring up-
Jones for a while.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones. Thank you. So, and I saw some people that were there that were also saying, you see how Mads Mikkelsen would have been a fantastic choice. I completely agree with that. What I think this is, I don't think it's a chuds thing. I think this is a easy money. This is the easy bet. And once again, for somebody who don't watch wrestling anymore, I'm going to give you a wrestling variation of what I mean. People are booing. People don't like this person. You know what we need to do? Just have John Cena come out and beat him. This world champion ain't going so well. Let's have John Cena go out there and we can have John Cena win the belt. This is what this shit screams to me like. The surefire thing, the white bread thing is to just let John Cena go out there to make the kids happy. I think this is just get Robert Downey Jr. back out there, give him however much he asking for. That's the surefire thing. That's how I feel about it.
I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. Marvel, this is why I say this is what it is. Let's look back to no further in the past than the Marvels. When the Marvels came out, the chuds went wild because the movie bombed at the box office. Now, let's not talk about all the mitigating factors as to why it bombed at the box office, but a concerted hate campaign against the movie did not do it any favors either. There was a lot of moving parts to it. It was the fact that it was coming out literally while there was a SAG strike. I think it actually came out just right after the SAG strike. So no actors were promoting the movie. Yeah. Movie theaters have been on a downturn for a long time anyway. People do not go to the movies as much anymore. I mean, they do, but not in the way that, like, they're just going to go see everything. And they didn't really promote the movie very well either. Now, if you combine that with the fact that you had tons of people online shitting on the movie, talking about how bad it was, talking about how woke it was, talking about how, see, go woke, go broke. But here's the reverse effect of that. Because once again, as I say, it's the vocal minority. It's not that the movie was universally disliked. Because most of the people that I personally know that saw the movie, once it came to VOD and it became more readily available, you didn't have to go to a movie theater to go see it. They're like, why was everybody hating on this movie? Like it's fun. Like, I think the worst I heard someone say about the movie is that it was okay. That was the worst. And I'm not talking about from people online. I'm talking from people that I've talked to out in the world. That's the worst I heard anyone say about the movie is that, it wasn't bad. It was okay. It was fine. That's what I heard people say. Now, you know where else we heard that? Eternals. When Eternals came out, same thing. Chuds went wild. They did the same thing for Shang-Chi. That was another one. Chuds were on that one too. And what ends up happening, Marvel pays attention to that criticism. And it is largely why, because this was also big news over the weekend, that Eternals 2 was not likely going to happen. And it's because they listened to that initial reaction that people had, and just like with all these other movies I just talked about, when these movies came to VOD, people watched them and enjoyed them. But kind of like, remember Dread? Same thing. By that point, it's a little too late. The cogs have already moved on to other things. It's great that everyone is enjoying this movie now that it's on VOD. It's readily available for anyone to watch. However, y'all should have gone to go see it in theater. That's basically what studios tell you. And while technically, what this might mean for some of these movies, like they still say they're going to move forward with a Shang-Chi 2. They're probably not going to make an Eternals 2. They're probably going to go in a different direction with that if they use it at all.
Oh my God.
And they might go see, I'll tell you what, they might make another Marvels movie, maybe, but I'm going to say that franchise's future is likely going to be on Disney Plus. Brie Larson has kind of hinted that, she knows about some things that are going to be happening. But once again, we don't know. But that's kind of why I say what I say. I say it because they let the chuds decide for them. They let all that hate that She-Hulk got talk them out of doing anything more with She-Hulk. So bringing back RDJ, and it's funny that you brought up wrestling, because it's like, hey, when WWE's having a downturn, you know what they do?
What?
Hey, Dwayne, what you doing? You busy? Can you come back? Can you come back? Can you come back and hey, we need you to come back and fight Cody real quick. We need that injection because The Rock equals ratings, and that's exactly what they're doing. They think, hey, you know what? These people, they're complaining, and while yes, it's not entirely for the chuds. The thing is that sometimes what the chuds are talking about is not too dissimilar from what other people are talking about. It still falls into the category of disinterest, but because the vocal minority is so vocal, it amplifies other people's disinterest. It's one of those situations where, yes, it is largely their reactions to the chuds. It's hyper obvious. It's hyper obvious to me. And they can say all day long that that's not what they want to do. And, that's all well and good. But at the end of the day, all this was done to get people to shut the fuck up about Marvel. And it kind of slick has backfired because, well, now you're trying to get back those people you lost. You're now starting to lose those people you had. And that is no good for anybody.
Yeah. I didn't really hear where I was wrong, but here's two. I
literally said.
Point being, it's just you feel one way, I feel a different way, but that's why this is watched because it's people.
That's not why it's watched, but nobody cares.
You
about
feel
that
like
part.
people don't watch us because they want different opinions on shit?
No, I don't. It's not about different opinions. It's about chemistry. Chemistry and different opinions aren't the same thing. However, we can agree to disagree about it, but at the end of the day, you're not going to convince me. You're not going to convince me that it's not what it is.
And no one's trying to. No one's trying to. You're not going to convince me. I'm not going to convince you. It is what it is.
It's one of those things that, and I would forgive anyone for not seeing it, but I see too much of this in the social and political spectrum that this is all the same thing. It's the same. It's like The Office. It's the same picture. It's the same
That's
picture.
the second time y'all have brought that up, and I'm gonna blame Jasmine for it. So one person said that one reason they said people would go back to the theaters if they had those burgers that was in the 200-year-old oil. That's the first. But that's the second one I saw. First one I saw said the reason that your ass was passed out wasn't because of the heat, because they said your ass went to Dyer's and got one of them goddamn burgers.
I wanted to.
Jasmine, you see what your ass to stop.
I wanted
Stop
to.
looking up Memphis stuff.
I wanted to, but no. But I will say what Outlaw KK said is basically my opinion of it. Marvel treats social media, Twitter specifically, but Marvel treats social media like it's a real place, and it's not. And I'm gonna tell you why. This is the other reason why I have the opinion I have. Netflix made the same fucking mistake. Case in point. Every time one of those Marvel Netflix shows came out, really any show they had, but specifically the Marvel Netflix one, we'll keep it comic related.
Okay.
Because of the nature of how Netflix released these shows, if people weren't talking about them after the week they came out, they would consider that a failure. It's kind of the same energy. Marvel sees, oh, people are talking shit about this movie online. Okay. It's a wrap. Pull the plug. It's like I said, it's there to see. But Netflix and Cowboy Bebop, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica, like hell, because of how much people talk shit about the Defenders the week that it was dead. I mean, it was obviously dead on arrival because it was bad, but it was also dead on arrival because no one was fucking talking about it. People,
I just say no.
Streaming services pay very close attention. They pay very close attention to what people are talking about online. That's how they determine a lot of shit. And Marvel Studios is no fucking different. And even though
somewhere else,
no. And while yes, bad publicity can sometimes be good publicity, not all the time. And the way social media algorithms work, hatred and anger and criticism will be further reaching than positivity and acceptance. That's why all those like angry chud channels are as big as they are. It's not because they're good. It's not because they're good. It's because that is what the algorithm feeds on. So.
Frantic World just hit the nail on the head, because every time you brought up Netflix and you talk about how negativity don't always work, first thing that popped into my fucking head, oh, that nigga talking about Rebel Moon, because that shit was ass.
Oh yeah, no. Rebel Moon, that's another one. But here's the thing though, and see, this is where I'm also going to prove my point yet again.
Okay.
Let's go back to Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut. Why do you think they made that movie? It wasn't because people actually wanted to see it. It was because they literally had a bot campaign. It was 25,000 bots that kept asking for it. In Snyder Cut parlance, in Snyder Cut fan parlance. So as you can imagine, it was usually not the nicest words being said. If you said anything negative about the Snyder Cut or the potential for a Snyder Cut to happen, those bots would attack you. And because those bots were so active, it made Warner Brothers think more people wanted to see this than would actually do. And those same bots tricked Netflix into thinking that Rebel Moon was going to be a good idea. I'm telling y'all, man, social media controls a lot more than what y'all want to give it credit for. Zack Snyder also needs more than a writing partner. He also needs a fucking editor. That's what he needs. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, somebody got so mad at me for that. I said that Zack Snyder, you know how, have you seen those people when the dog or the cat get on some shit they ain't got no business? So they got the little squirt bottle. That's what Zack Snyder needs. Somebody got so mad. White man, stop it. Stop it. That's too much slow-mo. That is too much lens flare. You blinded my baby. He needs somebody.
That's what he needs. He needs
Zack
that.
Snyder absolutely needs somebody to do that.
When he wants to do his slow-mo shit, that's what he needs. He needs somebody to come in and do that.
How many Stone Cold drops do you have?
And that's what you think. I got two words for you.
There you go. That's a thing. That's the thing. I got all of them. I got enough of them. It's the thing. I keep trying to tell people, social media fucking rules the world, and people fall for it every fucking time. Social media buzz will get you a lot of dumb shit. Like when you ask, who asked for this? Blame social media. But I'm gonna tell you what, they can give all they want.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
That's what I feel about it. We don't care. We don't care.
It's two things I wanted to talk on. I want to address really quick. One of them has to do with Gearless Mo's 100 bomb he just gave us. But before I do, John Stewart is in the chat. I like the name. He says that I like that y'all can cuss each other out and us out, mostly Carter cussing, and I don't have to worry about the cave not showing up next week because of bad blood. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna make us sound real old, Ernie, and I do apologize because we look like gorgeous mid-30s. I
mean,
I think it's because we were born in a different time. Yes. So that we can have disagreements and then we can cut this shit off and kick it.
And
we can have a civil
on.
Conversation. Yeah, we can carry on. We can play something. We can do something. A lot of shit that I've seen nowadays, that back and forth that Ernie and I just had, a lot of people will look at as hostile, and then they just won't talk to that motherfucker no more.
That is a young man's game. That's a young man's game.
We're and I don't mean to disrespect anybody when I say this. I absolutely don't. But it goes back to the age thing. We just a different breed. And again, I don't mean for that to come out a certain way.
But you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, yes, we are a very different. Well, also, you got to think about this, too. It's not just the age. It's where we come from.
Yeah.
It's also where we come from.
Yeah. And Gearless Mo, with that 100 real quick, saying, first, I'm always here to see and hear both of you's views and opinions. He loves it. That said, I would hire the behind-the-scenes team that made the original movies a success and make Darkhorse comics on the silver screen.
I mean, personally...
Yeah.
Well, as far as like the Darkhorse stuff goes, Darkhorse is probably low key one of the biggest IP banks I think you'll ever see. There's a lot of IP there that you could mine that would, I personally feel, give you a lot of. If you treated it the correct way, you could get people talking. You get the buzz. You get butts in seats. The trick is that, man, right now that's a slippery. Right now it's a slippery slope just because.
Yeah,
I want to say right now they're trying to get Hellboy off the ground again. We have Hellboy the Crooked Man coming out.
How do you feel about that trailer?
Looks like a horror movie. Like it gave horror movie energy. Horror movie starring Hellboy. That's what it gave. That's what I got out of it. I don't.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. It looks like it was made on the cheap, and it was. But I think that's not a strike against it.
Okay.
I think this was the way I look at this movie. I feel like this is a horror movie that just so happens to have Hellboy in it. Kind of the same way I feel about Captain America: The Winter Soldier is just a spy movie that happens to have Captain America in it. It happens to have superheroes in it. That's how I feel about Hellboy the Crooked. I'm not saying it's going to be as good as Captain America: The Winter Soldier, but I think that it has the potential. And I think all superhero movies, all comic book movies should strive for this. If you can take your movie, and this is why these movies get the success they do, if you can take a property, you can take a comic book, turn it into a movie. However, if you divorced these characters, these comic book aspects, or not aspects, but these comic book characters from it, and just replace them with just any old body, the movie still works. That's how you know you have crossover appeal. That's why Captain America: The Winter Soldier is one of the most highly regarded Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. It's because even if you took the characters out of it, it's still a good movie. Like if you walked in the movie, you just covered your or not covered your eyes, but you covered your ears and you just didn't hear anybody's names, you still see a good movie. I think Darkhorse could do it, but I don't know. I want to see it. I want to see everybody succeed. Like I said, rising tide lifts all ships.
I think this was a Dark Horse book because they were the only ones that had enough lunatics behind the scenes that worked there that they published it.
Right.
What if the first film they came out with under a Dark Horse Films was? You remember when they did that the Star Wars?
Yes, yeah. Okay, yeah.
That was the first thing they came. Oh, y'all like George Lucas, huh?
Come on in. Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you where they should hang their hat. I'm gonna tell you where they should hang their hat.
Okay.
Make a movie, make a cinematic. You know what? Don't first off, fuck that. Don't worry about cinematic universes first. Tell a good story first.
Yes.
Minor threats could be something special. For those, I don't know.
I am shocked that book has so many different other things going on.
Oh yeah, no, it does.
That shocked the shit out of me,
dude. The Minor Threats universe is on a full court fucking press. Yeah. They have not just the I think they had just Minor Threats, then they had Barfly come out just recently. They had another book before. I think they had two books before that one. Yeah, and they got they got another one right now, which is a follow-up to the first one. Minor Threats, The Fastest Way Down. You could do, like, if you did this, I think you could do, because I mean, look at this. You got Patton Oswalt on board. This shit writes itself. It writes itself. I think this could work. I think this could honestly 110% fucking work. Yeah. But you have to make it something special. You can't just say, hey, we're phoning this shit in. We're just trying to cash in on the IP. You have to actually put people in. Matter of fact, here, you already got somebody in charge. That
doesn't even mean a big budget either.
No. You just need somebody who gives a shit. You just need somebody who gives a shit. Yep. And you already got Patton Oswalt's already over the damn thing. Just say, hey, Patton Oswalt, we want you to come in and we want you to oversee this. You're already in the business. Just go ahead. Can you just look over this, handle this for me? We're good. Yeah. That's all you need. You don't need anything else. You don't need nothing else.
And even though I know a lot of people aren't fans of this guy, and anytime somebody brings up like budgets and things like that, and you were referencing the Hellboy stuff, I always think about Kevin Smith. Because look how many of his films are fucking praised. Nowhere near the budget as a lot of these other movies.
No, not even close.
Yeah, he is using what he has and is making these fantastic things with love in them. So you could absolutely do that.
Also, I would also point out Sam Raimi. The Evil Dead movies, the original Evil Dead movies. None of them, I don't think any of the original Evil Dead films, at least the first two, I don't think any of them had a budget of over like $1 million. I know the first one didn't. The first one, they shot the first one on a ham sandwich. They shot that one for the price of a McDouble.
That would not surprise me. You know where I got that movie from? What my grandmother did? This is gonna throw you back.
Where? Wow. Wow. Okay, so there you go. That's it. And that's what I'm saying. You don't need big budgets for superhero movies. All you need is a good fucking story. And and here's why I say Minor Threats. Minor Threats is in a position that very few other comics are.
Okay.
All of that love that Deadpool and Wolverine is getting, and rightfully so, I think it's rightfully deserved. But Deadpool didn't invent irreverence. You could have something like that same money that Borderlands is trying to get right now. Minor Threats could pick up that money easier than Borderlands would have a chance. Borderlands looks like Guardians of the Galaxy with the serial numbers filed off. Minor Threats could come in and people say, oh shit, this is fire. Like, look at this shit. Look at this shit. You literally have a story where you have a woman of color on the front and center as your centralized character. And she is compelling. She has a strong narrative. And she's not a superhero. She's a bad guy. She's a villain.
Yeah.
More or less. You could really do something. And she works in a bar where, like, she basically works in the bar with no name. They don't call it that because, you know, obviously copyright, but she works in a bar where supervillains hang out. That is a license to print fucking money. Dude, the fact that this is not a bigger deal is, dude, this right here, this is what Gearless Mo is talking about. This is what he is talking. Look, this right here, if you put this shit together, and I promise you, if you promote it, you put, and when I say, I'm not talking about with the budget, I'm talking about the marketing budget. That's where the real money needs to be spent. You put a marketing budget behind this shit, put a marketing campaign behind this, like the way we've been hearing, like I was sick and tired of hearing about Deadpool and Wolverine by the time it came out. Do that. Make that movie unfucking deniable. I promise you, Dark Horse will be on the map. And this series is good. Like, this isn't like I didn't just pick some random bullshit series. The series is actually legitimately good. It is actually legitimately fucking good. I need to stop making sense with coherent thought. Look, man, Hollywood don't listen to me. If they did, they would be rich. They'd be rich. And like I said, you got a built-in fan base. People are already talking about these books. There's a reason these books keep getting spinoffs is because people fucking love them. No comic gets multiple spinoffs because no one's reading it. That shit don't happen. I'm sorry. Not even Marvel's that fucking dumb. That said, we are gonna speed through some shit. Because I mean, really all this stuff is minor.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
See, I'm smart. I have words. We've also got Shy-Town Dan, the last Krakoa, says, y'all say Strange didn't learn from Secret Wars. I say Strange ain't learned from when he tried to help Doom save his mom from hell. That's actually the story I was alluding to earlier. I think it was, oh man, I'm trying to remember the
I feel like it was Trials and Tribulations or something like that.
Yes, it was Trials and
This is what
Tribulations.
I was trying to figure out with you yesterday. Okay.
Yeah. That was the one we talked about yesterday. Trials and Tribulations. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say, I think that was that Mark Waid?
That's what I was trying to figure. I think it was.
I think that was Mark Waid. I might be wrong, but I think it was Mark Waid. Yeah, either way, that it doesn't ultimately really fucking matter who it was. But the point is still the same. I personally feel that there is no way. There's no fucking way.
Okay. Triumph and Torment.
Triumph and Torment. Okay, there it is. Okay,
that's what it was.
Okay, called. Thank you. That make. Either way, great fucking story arc, by the way. It's also where you get a little more backstory on Dr. Doom's mother. Yes. There it is. Yeah,
that's Nola did art on that book.
Yes. Mike. Matter of fact, here. Let me see if there's a page.
Stern.
Let me see if there's a page on the show because there are titties in this book, so got to be careful. There's titties in this book. I apologize. But yeah, here's actually a shot from her right here. Yeah, this is 100% Mike Mignola. On the panels here, and yeah, but fantastic. Like I said, fantastic book. I think everyone should check it out at least, on some level. Now, we are going to get into, like I said, we're going to do these kind of quick hit We're gonna do little quick hits on these here. We got that one out of the way. Boom. Justice League Unlimited comic. It's incoming. It's coming.
Yeah.
You're gonna get it whether you like it or not. Justice League, and this one is going to be we were just talking about Mark Waid. Mark Waid and Dan Mora. They're gonna be fresh off of Absolute Power on this one. So there's that. First Justice League book in 2.5 years.
Which is a nasty thing for them to try to brag about. By the way.
Yeah. I thought it was funny because it was like, there was an article I was reading and they were talking about, they're like, oh yeah, man, it's been years. Man, it's only been 2. Stop.
See, look, it's that ongoing shit all over again, bro.
Yeah, I was like, man, y'all need to quit. Y'all need to please stop. Yeah. Stop doing it. But no, we're gonna be getting Justice League Unlimited. Dan Mora is giving us precisely what I feel Justice League fans have been clamoring for in a Justice League book. We're going to be getting a roster that will include Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Also, I want to point out Batman apparently at some point will be wearing some kind of super enhancement suit. Maybe. Who knows? Who cares? But we're also going to have Star Sapphire, which is, I was like, okay, all right. We're stepping outside of the norm here. There's no Green Lantern on the team. We have a Star Sapphire on the team, though. We're also gonna have Captain Atom. That's okay. All right. Okay, I see you. We're also gonna have the Flash. Will likely be the Wally West version because that's the person who is Flash currently. We're gonna have Martian Manhunter, even though technically I don't think he was mentioned in the press release, but we see him in a lot of the covers that were shown off. And we're also going to have Black Lightning. That is, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay, I won't. Reason being, y'all did this whole fucking initiative. Y'all did this whole thing about taking a character from the Teen Titans and bringing him to prominence. And you got Cyborg on the Justice League. And what'd you do? You take the one colored boy out just to put another colored boy back in. That is gross.
That is nasty work. That is
gross.
It also goes back to you can only have one. Only one. Only.
I wouldn't be
only one Negro.
I wouldn't be surprised Cyborg died in the first goddamn issue to make way for the new black person on the team.
Well, you know what they did? They put that motherfucker on the Titans. They say, yeah, we busting your ass back down to the Titans. You out of here. You up out of here, pimp. Also, here's the thing. I'm gonna keep my same energy because if I'm gonna cook Denise Camp over his one speckle of caramel in the ice cream, I'm gonna have to let Mark Waid have a little bit. I'm gonna have to let Mark Waid get a little bit of the smoke too. I love Mark Waid to death, but man, one Negro on the team, Lord have mercy. I'm gonna need you to do better. I'm gonna need you to do better.
Who would you take? I want to keep it. Let's keep it. You know what? Fuck it. Let's keep it with Cyborg.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who would you take off? Who would you replace? Who would you take off and put Cyborg back on?
I wouldn't even put Cyborg back on, but I would at least put somebody else's that ain't white on the team.
That is Blerd Without Fear, ladies and gentlemen. The Cyborg experiment y'all tried for Justice League, that shit didn't work.
It didn't work. Well, you know why? Because almost everyone I talk to says the same thing. They always say, "Man, Cyborg didn't hit on Justice League. They say, oh, he didn't belong there." And here's the thing: I don't disagree with that sentiment. I actually feel like Cyborg. I mean, it was a nice thought experiment. I would have rather they had put Black Lightning on the team, or some other black character of prominence. I'm kind of tired of like the Justice League being full of a bunch of white people and one black person. Oh, and maybe a green person who likes to pretend to be black. I need a little more. Like I would have put like Jaime Reyes on there. I would have put a Blue Beetle on the team. Or if I was, don't get me wrong, I'm all for Star Sapphire being there. I'm not trying to kick her to the curb or nothing. But I would have, I like Captain Atom as much as the next guy. I would have replaced him. I would have put Blue Beetle on the squad. I would have kept Black Lightning. And if I would have put a Flash on, I mean, I'm glad it's Wally West. But man, I'm not going to lie. I tell you what I would have done? Here's what I would have done. I would have removed the Trinity as they are right here in this. I would have said, hey, look, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, we love you. You've been doing good work. Hey, but here, y'all go do your own shit over here. Y'all go do your own shit. Here's what we do. Here's what we do. Y'all want that? Y'all want the same can of sardines you've been eating for the last like 75 years? Here, go over here. We give you a Trinity book like we had during, what was it? Was it New 52 or Rebirth? One of the two. Here,
I think they did one for both, actually. Yep.
You're right. That's what I would have done. I would have said, hey, y'all go to fuck over there, and y'all go have your fun over there. Clark, Diana, Bruce, y'all go over there. Do you think over there? But here, we want some new blood in here. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna put we're gonna put Jace Fox, Batman. We're gonna put Yara Flor, Wonder Woman. And I know Carter's favorite character of all time, John Kent. We're gonna put John Kent on there as Superman, and that should be your Trinity on this Justice League team. Also, I will say this, I take it back. I would remove Star Sapphire. It's nice to have her, but I would have put Joe Mullen on the team instead as the Green Lantern. That is where that. Or I see Monumental Comics said Vixen. Yes, there you go, Vixen. Somebody got
there was an opportunity because you named it Justice League Unlimited for a reason. So I think hopefully if we read the book, this happens. But I think there's an opportunity to do it like you did the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, where we saw several different goddamn characters
rotate the motherfuckers out.
Yeah, rotating and taking over an episode. So I think if they don't do it, that was a really big missed opportunity if they don't. Because there are several characters I didn't even know fucking existed that I was introduced to on Justice League Unlimited that I wanted to read more about. So
actually, you know what I would say, and I think the JSA is supposed to be coming back too. Any characters you can't fit on there, put on the fucking JSA. You can rotate these fucking rosters out. There is no excuse to stay reheating them same leftovers for 75 years. We don't need it anymore. These characters, they are iconic, but you cannot make way for these new characters if you keep dragging these old ones. And once again, this kind of goes back to kind of what we were talking about earlier, where them sales start kind of coming down a little bit. DC start getting a little, whew, ooh, man, that Justice League ain't selling like it used to. Oh man,
why that motherfucker been gone for 2.5 years?
They're like, look, hey, get Batman over here, stat. Get Batman over here. We need Batman. Get Wonder Woman. Get them all in here. So people will buy the book.
Let me see if this makes you mad real quick, since you just brought up Batman, because I know you don't read Chip's shit anymore. So you remember when he got the robot ham and he was going through all the different multiverses, all the other Batman and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So he has a real hand again.
Yeah, did he have like a clone body or some shit? Or what was it?
Yeah, the Zern what the fuck is his name?
Batman
the
Zern
No, that took over the robot. What's it refer?
Failsafe. Yeah.
Thank you. Failsafe had his own Robin. That was like one of the he created his own. So it was they tried to make you think that even Robin has a Zern R, but it was literally just a clone of Batman that was rapidly aging. So that Bruce cut off his hand and froze it so they could give it to the actual Bruce. That's how Bruce got his real hand.
That's some of the most convoluted ass. We going up the street, round the corner, and down the way, 6 blocks up, and then 12 blocks back just to get in the back door of the house we were already standing in. Oh my God.
That's some Resident Evil 7 shit. I'm gonna cut my hand off, let you pour that Resident Evil 7 pickle juice on it, and then I'm gonna just get me a new hand real quick.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hey, I'm gonna take this little sheet of paper with some herb on it and just rub it on myself, and then there you go. We good. Anyway, we don't know when this is coming out. There's no date yet, but we'll likely find out soon. Next, I told y'all it was coming. I told you. I tried to tell y'all. Y'all didn't listen to me. The West Coast Avengers is back.
Yeah.
Guess who's back? Back again.
If this was somebody you weren't a fan of, you better get ready, because Jerry Duggan is back too.
Oh yeah. Hey, Jerry. Look, let me tell y'all something. Look, I like Jerry Duggan. I like Jerry Duggan's work, but I'm gonna tell you right now, if you if you did not like Invincible Iron Man, you said you didn't like that X-Men. Man, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you thought that Iron Man wasn't hidden for you, I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't out the woods yet. Jerry is back and he is telling the story. I actually had an idea this was probably gonna happen. I do want to point out something that I think is not being talked about enough is the new drip. The new drip the Tony Stark has right now. We'll talk about that in a minute because technically it's new drip, but it's actually old drip. But basically what they're doing is we are going to be getting a West Coast Avengers. We're getting the West Coasties. It's going to be Jerry Duggan and Danny Kim on the book. Okay. Let me kill that. Okay. And it's going to be spinning right out of Jerry Duggan's Invincible Iron Man book. For those who do not remember, the end of that series, Invincible Iron Man number 20, it was revealed that Tony Stark took those billions of dollars that Emma Frost stole from Dr. Doom and Kingpin and the Triads and AIM and everybody else. He took that money, built a new Avengers, West Coast Avengers base. Him and Rhodey. The way they list Iron Man as the leader of the team and Rhodey, they don't say this, but I get the impression Rhodey is going to be field leader of the team. Yeah. We have also got Firestar, if you're wondering who that is on the right. That is Firestar. And we've also got Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. And if you're wondering why Ultron is sitting smack dab in the middle of all this, well, it's because they're trying to reform him. They're trying to reform Ultron. This is actually kind of one of the mission statements that Rhodey, not specifically with Ultron, but one of the things that happened in that Jerry Duggan Invincible Iron Man was that Rhodey went to the bar with no name. Love how the bar with no name just keeps coming up. And I think, or actually, I'd say that this was in issue 19 of this. He walks into the bar with no name, and he basically gives away all the weapons that Tony Stark had been hiding away from the Christopher Cantwell run on Iron Man, and basically realizes that he can save the villains. He wants to give them an opportunity to be better. So I feel like this isn't even the full roster. I feel like we're going to see other villain or villainous characters or villain adjacent characters. We saw, he's been palling around with Sandman and the Living Laser as of late. So we might see them get involved in this as well. I don't think this is the final roster. The Ultron in question, it looks like the that Ultron appears to be Ultron proper, but I have a sneaking suspicion, and rightfully so, I think, that it is the Ultron that was introduced in Avengers Incorporated. Some of you may or may not know that book got canceled.
I did not know they got a new Ultron. So what's the deal with this one?
So this is an Ultron who is, at least in that instance, the Ultron in question, basically the long and short of it is they aren't Ultron proper. They're another version of Ultron, more or less, that isn't a bad person. But they do use some language that hints maybe this is the original Ultron that they're trying to reform. Because there was some hint of that Ultron was going to return like quite a ways back, like Ultron proper coming back. I don't know what they may be leaving that Ultron from Avengers Inc. for Al Ewing to mess with at some point later down the stretch, but it wouldn't surprise me if any of that was the case.
I like where your head is at, hardly academic, because I was waiting for Ernie to finish. Marvel is nasty. So this is just Marvel's Brainiac 5 is what you just said.
Basically. More or less. More or less.
Hardly academic. We on the same page, boy.
Victor Shade. Victor Shade. So for those that don't remember, that's the So, I mean, whatever happens, I'm cool with it. This is, our first official, like, Ultron on an Avengers team in a major capacity type of deal. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let's fucking
Have you
go.
heard this
What's
recent
that?
thing with have you heard this recent thing with Sandman where Sandman was actually a personality, kind of like the Clayface stuff that James Tynion did with Clayface? Did you know that?
Wait. Are we talking about like
Marvel Sandman.
Marvel Sandman? Yeah, like Flint Marco. Okay, yeah.
Flint Marco, those are personalities that's in there. So when he's bad, that's the other personality taking dominance, like
Really?
James Tynion did with Clay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I gotta admit, Flint Marco is kind of a blind spot for me as characters go.
Yeah.
If that's actually okay. All right. Well,
Because
also
like they have different names and all kind of shit.
yeah, you know what? All right, I'll fuck with it. Yeah. Well, here's my thing though. Here's my thing with it. I just want to see, like, I've been saying this for a long time. I like seeing villains reform if it makes sense. I always felt like Sandman was one of those weird ones. Like, he shouldn't be a bad guy forever. Like, eventually at some point he's got to give it up. And I liked what Jerry Duggan was doing kind of on the slick with those characters. So I'll take it. I'm not mad about this at all. Not mad about it at all. That said, we got a couple of super chats real quick I want to hit before we move on. We've got one here from Monumental Comics says, DC, you need to redo Vigilante Punisher style and grab Scout. Okay, so Vigilante, I feel like their cachet is a lot higher right now than probably what people might be used to. Largely thanks to Peacemaker. And I'm okay with that. I would like to see a new. Damn, Weed Man, you ain't shit. I just want to go ahead and say it right now. But no, I would like to see it. I would like to see it. As for the second one, says, since I'm super chatting, Marvel, give me Iron Man, War Machine, Machine Man, Vision, and Rom versus Ultron. Doom and Bad Vision call Heavy Metal or something. Okay, I tell you what. I kind of feel like this might be kind of this book is kind of slick becoming the thing I was worried it was going to become. Because I think I said in my video, I was like, oh man, I really hope Iron Man isn't on the team, but he is going to be on the team, so there's that. And I know that Iron Man tried to slick get Riri Williams on the team as well at the end of that book. Now I'm kind of like, well, shit, you have her come up, man. It's going to be this is the Iron, or this is the West Coast Iron Man is what it's starting to look like. But if you get Machine Man involved, I would actually, I'm not gonna lie, if we made the West Coast Avengers an Iron Man themed team, it would work for me if you actually brought in more robots and machines.
And with you keeping it with robots, Monumental Comics, just in case you don't know, because I see you bringing up ROM, there have been 2 ROM omnibuses that have come out from Marvel recently.
Yes.
So
yes.
If you're a ROM fan, you better go get them.
Please, yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, they pay attention to that shit. Also, speaking of Vision too, real quick, we didn't talk about this on Nerds of Culture. We just never really got around to it. Actually, I didn't see it until afterwards. But apparently, Kevin Feige caught some smoke for talking about White Vision. Because they said they were going to be bringing White Vision back. I was like, man, y'all need to come up with new. Y'all just need to just call that shit Vision. Because now you're saying, I said White Vision just don't hit right.
Oh,
White,
they actually said White.
White Vision. He actually said white. He didn't say cataracts. He didn't say Vision. He said Vision. White Vision. I was like, I was like, okay, all right, that's fine. The White Vision, the South shall rise again. Y'all ain't shit. Albino Vision, something, not White Vision. Man, look, y'all can call that motherfucker anything else.
Somebody asked if they did a down south Avengers.
Hey, you know what?
Who would you put on that team?
Ooh, man, a down south? Ooh, yeah. Oh, first off,
because there was a little bit of a start to it, because for a lot of people that don't know, Scarlet Spider, not Ben Reilly, Kane Parker. He was the Spider-Man in Texas.
In Texas,
So
yep.
You had it right there a little bit, and that book was heat. So, well, who else would you put on that team?
Okay, so I'm thinking about all my Southerners. So I would definitely put Rogue on it. Okay. I'd put Monica Rambeau because she's from down Louisiana. Mm-hmm. She one of them down south girls. So definitely.
Eggshell
Vision. Y'all ain't shit. Gambit would be another. I mean, I feel like you have Rogue, you kind of have to have Gambit. I feel like they're an item, so you just kind of have to have them show up.
Mm.
But yeah, I think okay. So if you did it, you could do Kane Parker, Scarlet Spider, Rogue, Gambit, Monica Rambeau. Man, I'm trying to think of somebody else. Like, what are some other traditionally Southern superheroes? I have to look this up. Because that's something I have never thought about before.
You think DC would make a deal with Marvel, and Marvel could just get the Brown Bomber to the Down South Avengers?
Oh my God! Look, wait. So, are we making them the Dirty South? Are we making them the Dirty South Avengers? Ooh, wait a minute. So here's one. Dude, actually, I found this thing that I didn't know I ever fucking needed. Here, let's do this. Can I save this? I want to save this to the show assets. Here we go. I actually found an image. And I think we might be able to make this it's a little grainy, but we might be able to make it work. So apparently you could maybe get I love how it's mostly like X characters too, is the sad part.
Cloak and Dagger are from Louisiana?
I think they are. I thought no, you know what it is? So they migrated from where they were from to elsewhere. So you could technically put Cloak and Dagger on there and it would work. I mean, to be fair, you could probably do that with a lot of characters. You could probably do this with a lot of characters. But like I was looking it up because I wanted to see like, what characters, that what characters you could take and move around, like characters that come from different places. Because you know what I remember? Do you remember when they did that what was it? Oh my God. The United States Avengers, whatever.
Oh yeah, the US Avengers.
Yeah, the US Avengers.
Yeah.
I was literally sitting here thinking like, yeah, man, what other characters could you fucking do? Like, man, yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait. Here, let's see. These are all DC characters on this list that I'm seeing here. I don't want to use that. But yeah, can we get some? You know what? Here, do this. Make up Florida Man. Make Florida Man an actual superhero, then put him on the team.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's move on.
Can we get Local Man? We get Local Man on here. That's what we'll do. Okay, and then last but not least, Dynamite Comics. Bringing back Ben 10 as a comic. This is a thing that's going to be happening. I kind of slick knew a little bit about this before it was announced. Joe Casey kind of slickly danced around it when I asked him about it when I interviewed him not too terribly long ago. But Ben 10 is going to be getting a comic. Also, not only is it going to be Ben 10, we're also going to be getting comics from not just Ben 10, but also Captain Planet. We're getting Captain Planet. We're going to be getting...
Reading it.
Yeah, that's getting done.
Reading it.
That's getting done.
That's getting read, bro.
Yeah. No, it's happening. It's going to be a thing.
Need Ernie Carruthers. I need a Don Cheadle variant cover. I need it.
Oh, no, I was thinking about that. I was like, dude, you got to do it. Dude, how nasty would it be first issue, you get the Don Cheadle variant? That motherfucker just sitting here just like...
Oh, bro.
We are also
getting real.
Yeah. Oh no, that's happening. That's happening. We are also going to be getting Thundar the Barbarian, which is the first. This is going to be the first time Thundar the Barbarian has ever had a comic. It'll be the first time ever.
Boomerang for comics, dog.
Man, you ain't lied. You ain't lied. We're also going to be getting the Herculoids, which, by the way...
Okay, dog. Oh, okay, dog.
And here's the funny part about the Herculoids. Friend of the channel, Tom Snagowski, is going to be writing it. That's the only one who we know, like, the creative team for. None of these comics have had creative teams announced for them just yet. Oh, but we're not done. We're not done. We have another one. How many of y'all, I want to see how many of y'all remember this shit. Because there's one last one. There's one last one. And it is going to be none other than a series I didn't think was possible. We're going to be getting Blue Falcon and Dynamite.
Wow.
We're going to be getting Blue Falcon and Dynamite. We're going to be getting a comic based on them as well. Once again, we do not know the creative teams for any of these books other than the Herculoids. That's the only one whose creative team is been announced. Now, I have said this before. It's something I've been saying for a long time. I feel like Dynamite has answered my prayers. Yes, Dynamite is leaning into the old school cartoons, the Saturday morning kids lineup. Yeah. The as Carter eloquently said, the boomerang. Honestly, I don't know if they got the money for it, but man, I would buy that. I'd be like the Dynamite boomerang imprint. Because
they ain't got to. That's just regular ass Dynamite right now.
Yeah, it's just regular ass. And yeah, I'm not cooking. I'm not trying to cook here. I'm being very serious when I say this. I love the fact that Dynamite has two completely different opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to comics. They got the books that, hey, you want some...
You were just talking about titties earlier.
Yeah. I was about to say, you want 2 scoops of titties? Here's that. If you want some kid shit, here's that. Because here's the thing. They have been proving that they understand the assignment when it comes to keeping not just these properties alive, but keeping kids comics alive. That's something that
they are writing for kids for real. You sitting there talking about the chuds and shit. Mm-hmm. This is some legit Saturday morning cartoons and tits. This is Dynamite.
That's it. Well, and here's the thing. This is why I love it because, okay, so we already got Thundercats. We've got Gargoyles. Yeah. We've got Gargoyles, Johnny Quest on the way. We have Space Ghost. Yes. Dude, Space Ghost out here killing it. We have also got the Darkwing Duck series. We've also got the
I think Cruella just finished, man.
Cruella. We got Hercules.
80s. Oh yeah.
We had the other Disney villain stuff like Hades and Scar. Here's the thing. Dynamite understands the assignment. Mm-hmm. Comics will, like, you know how people always say, oh man, comics are dying. No, they're not dying. People have been using that tired ass argument since the 80s. But I can tell you what will kill comics is if you don't try and reach these kids. Now, making comics that are geared towards children is, are you know, if you can make them in such a way where they will speak to an older audience, cool. But if you can make sure that they're accessible enough to a younger audience, you keep those kids in comics. So, I think that this is a great thing. I think because this is a 2-prong attack. You're going to get those 90s and those 80s babies, but you're also going to be able to maybe get those younger kids. The fact that Ben 10, and this is about the right time, I think, for Ben 10. Ben 10's kind of been on ice for a little bit. It comes back ever so often. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you fuck around and tell me there's a Generator Rex on the way, it's over.
Oh,
it's over.
God.
Dude, if there's a...
No, you know what? No. because I didn't care for Generator Rex. Not that it was bad, I just didn't watch it like that. And Ben 10, when they started aging him and his cousin and stuff like that with Alien Swarm is good. Honestly, if I can be honest here, I want Megas. I want Megas XLR, dude.
Ooh, okay. So I tell you what. You know what? If I could only have either or, yeah, I'd take that. I would take that bet. I would take Megas. Yeah, I would.
I want to see robots scrapping using PlayStation controllers to control them.
Yeah,
you know what? That's another one.
That's why, actually.
Yeah, T.E. Roos saying I'd like to see some resets. That would be fantastic. But here's the one thing that it's not really brought up when it pertains to Dynamite and all these comics that they're doing with like the Saturday morning cartoons. They're really fucking good.
Yeah. Oh,
they are really fucking good.
Someone in the chat just said it. That's the one. That's the one. Bring me Denver the Last Dinosaur. And Drake Wolf just said it too. Give me the old Dino Power Hour. Y'all motherfuckers know what I'm talking about. Y'all, I know which one of y'all motherfuckers used to watch USA Network in the morning. I know which one of you motherfuckers did. Yeah. Give me my Dino Power Hour. I want Dinosaurs and Denver the Last Dinosaur. Do it. Make it a thing.
But yeah, that's the one thing about these Dynamite books is just that they are scarily fucking good. When you see a Ben 10 comic or a Captain Planet comic, or you know what I mean, you would ignorantly assume that, oh, that's just some shit for kids. That's just some shit you'll probably see in Walmart next to the coloring books. Like you think you're gonna see it in Walmart next to the coloring books and the little dollar bin of movies until you actually fucking read them. Yeah, and these books have been amazing, bro.
Fire.
Really fucking
absolutely, dude. That's the thing though, and this is what I've always been talking about. You put your best people on these books. You said, hey, I'm making Thundercats. Who do we get? Do we get some Joe Blow nobody fresh off the street? No, you go get Declan Shalvey to come do it. You don't say, hey, look, we're bringing Gargoyles back. Who do we get to write Gargoyles? Do we get some Joe Blow nobody off the street? No, we get it straight from the source. We're getting Gargoyles straight from the teat. We are getting it from Greg Weisman. We are going to get, you said you wanted Space Ghost. Here, go get David Pepos. We can bring him over here. He's going to write you some Space Ghost. This is how you do it.
What if they did Cadillacs and dinosaurs?
Bruh, whoa! Okay, I don't think we talked about this on the show. You know they're bringing back Biker Mice from Mars, right?
No.
Yeah, it's not going to be a Dynamite. I think it's... I don't remember which imprint is doing it, but Biker Mice from Mars is getting a comic. I think it's Melissa Flores who's going to be writing it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. All of these things. You bring me Dino Riders. You bring me the Inhumanoids. You bring me the... oh my God. Bring me like the Centurions. You bring me... There are a lot of classic properties. You could be making Marshall Bravestar. You could be making the what was it? The Tiger Sharks. And here's the thing. Even some of those properties that weren't very good, you could improve upon them. You could get somebody to come in and do right by them. What was it? Gotcha Man. Science Ninja Team Gotcha Man. Battle of the Planets. That shit's comic now. And it's a sequel and it's fucking good.
Yeah.
And you didn't get no bullshit. You said, hey, look, we want Steve Orlando on this Gotcha Man Galactor book. We're gonna spend some money. We're gonna spend some money and get Steve Orlando on this book.
Yeah.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. Don't get no fucking nobodies on this shit. Get somebody who you know is going to get this book sold. Yeah. Like I said, right now, and granted, Gotcha Man is Mad Cave, but still, Mad Cave, Dynamite, these people understand the fucking assignment. Love to see it. Okay, they bring back Captain N. It's over. They bring back Cap. First off, if I see that motherfucker playing with that little ass fucking Nintendo controller on his belt buckle, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It is what it is. Look, let me tell you something. I used to have that fucking belt buckle, so I know what time it is. It'd be like, bloop, 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 bloop. He pull out that little light gun. It's over. It's over. Mm-hmm. It's over. But wait, Y2 News said there's a Final Fight comic that just came out. There's a Darkstalkers comic.
Yeah,
there's
he told me about that on the Twitch stream, and apparently it's with the Udon art. They have done some. When you hear them at first, they sound like really gross, but then apparently those are really fun reads because I don't know if you know about this one, but there is a Street Fighter versus G.I. Joe one.
I've heard about it. I haven't read it, but I've heard about it. Okay, this is the thing that got me though. Did you know who's writing the Darkstalkers comic?
No.
It's Tim Seeley.
Okay. I just know that when they did the Street Fighter versus G.I. Joe, apparently they did like a follow-up to that, which was I think it was specifically Super Street Fighter 2 versus G.I. Joe versus Darkstalker.
Oh god.
And then they did the Street Fighter versus the Ninja Turtles as well. I'm waiting on the Power Ranger shit to drop. I know that's coming.
Oh yeah. Oh, you already know. And shit, we already know we already got Naruto and Ninja Turtles coming, so that's hey.
I thought that was fake.
No, it turned out to be real. It turned out to be real.
Okay.
Turned out to be real. The I think it was Phil Jimenez who I think provided the art for it.
Okay.
But yeah, all of this was in aid of saying kids comics, you should probably pay attention to them. I'm gonna be honest, we gotta get through some shit. We got through all that, but we got some we still gotta do we gotta do questions from Discord, questions from chat. We also gotta do recommended. So if you want your questions answered in the chat, make sure you go ahead and get those in there. I will also say if you want I guess, shit. You still got a little bit of time before we get into the Discord stuff, so anybody who has not put a question, if we don't already have enough questions, make sure you get those questions in now. We're going to go run back through some stuff because we have, first and foremost, we have got one here from Weed Man Wade with the... says, Carter needs to hear the song. 1999. In a super chat. Thank you, Weed Man. Thank you for that. We have also got let's see what else we got here. We're gonna switch over to this side. Let's see, because we had here it is right here. I am Gregor D over the Twitch side, gifted multiple subs. Let's see how many of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subs. I'm Gregor D over the Twitch side out here gifted subs like it's going out of style. Jesus Christ. And of course, we got Gearless Mo earlier. So yeah, man, we're out here. Carter, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of wrestled with this. I didn't really have a specific recommended this week because I've kind of been all over the place lately with my with my reading, but I will tell you what I have been watching. I'll tell you what I have been watching. And I gotta admit, I don't know why. I could not tell you for the life of me why I ever stopped watching Bosch. But I'm back. I'm back. Basically, the long and short of it is the past week, I just realized, I was like, oh, yeah, shit, they got a whole other Bosch show, Bosch Legacy. I was like, I was like, I never really got deep off in Bosch when it first dropped. I was like, I watched it. I think it was like I actually watched like the first like season or two of Bosch, but then I just never really caught back up. I just, I don't know, just I don't know why I stopped watching. I couldn't tell you. But I got back on. God damn, I forgot how good that show was. God damn, I forgot how, man, Hieronymus Bosch out here, y'all. Out here. I was like, man, ain't this about a bitch? But anyway, my guy, Titus Welliver out here, playing the titular character. And for those unfamiliar, it's actually based on a series of books. But they do adapt the books to a degree on the show. But it's based about this cop. He's not your typical. So I'm going to tell you right now, propaganda trigger warning incoming. He's not a bad cop. He's not a dirty cop. He's a good cop. He's actually the type of cop that holds other cops accountable for being dirty. But he's a rule breaker himself. He doesn't always play by the rules, but he doesn't break the rules in such a way that makes him a corrupt cop. He kind of rides the line a little bit, but he stays, he stays on the right side of things. And yeah, he just solves cases. The guy, he's a tough guy, smart cop. He's kind of one of those. He's the type of cop that you would see in a noir, in a crime noir story. He's that type of cop. Okay. He's like he's the hard as nails, tough guy. He smokes and drinks and listens to jazz music. He's that type of guy. He's old school cop. And I think that's
his
kind of
fucking crib. I wanted to do one of them like Hollywood tours and shit because his crib is fire.
Dude, his crib. Well, and it's funny too because I love how they played up his why he has such a nice place. Because it's one of those things like when you watch TV shows like this and you see people like, wait a minute, this guy's got this kind of house on a cop salary in LA.
Yeah.
Look, Carter done told me how much gas costs in LA. He done told me how much a 1-bedroom apartment costs. That motherfucker ain't no way Hieronymus Bosch got this kind of crib on that kind of bread. But they're like, oh, it's because they made some movies, or I think in universe they made a movie based on his life, and which is kind of a play on the fact that the show is based on a book.
I wouldn't live in that house because that's dangerous as hell to have that house on just them little one hard rain day in that mud. Dog.
Dude, that house is gone.
That is to the gulag.
But also, I love the fact that the reason why he had the reason why he has the house that he has is cool, but or the reason how he is able to afford the house he has is cool. Reason why he picked the house is also funny. He's like, oh, because there's only one way in, one way out. Like he's like, ain't nobody just pull up on me without me seeing it happen. I like that. But yeah, I love the stories. The first season is really good. If you want to jump in, it's basically him being on trial for whether or not he rightfully shot someone. And which there's a lot of commentary there that I think is interesting. And it also kind of highlights while not condemning him, but at the same time condemning the practice of cops when they shoot somebody, when they bring up the whole comments about the K parties and stuff like that. But also him dealing with a serial killer who sees himself as the dark mirror of Bosch. And you go from there to the second season where they kind of lean more into police corruption, and then third season they lean more into political corruption, and it just keeps going. The hits just kind of keep going. I think I'm on season 5 right now of the main series, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. So yeah, I would say, if you haven't done so, check out Bosch. It is also, let me say this too, one of the few TV series where there is a child that I don't fucking hate. Because usually when there's a kid, I'm like, oh, okay, this kid got to go. They doing too much. Maddie is actually not, I mean, she has her moments, but like she doesn't get on my nerves. She's
more prominent. Have you finished Bosch?
I haven't finished Bosch, but I know in Bosch Legacy she's more of the she's supposed to be
prominent.
She's more of a main character as opposed to a side, which I think is cool because it's that's actually what made me want to go back, because I was like, oh, Bosch Legacy, they're gonna make her the main like one of the main characters. I was like, how are they gonna play this up? But like, it's actually, if you go back and watch, it's actually done really organically. It feels like already, because she builds up to, like, throughout each season, her desire to want to become a cop is constantly pointed at, and she's already kind of proven that she's kind of got the same mentality as her dad. And she's also got those same talents as her mother, who was an FBI profiler. So, like, it's one of those things, like, that's how you do a legacy character. Which is why I'm trying to get through this, because I want to get to that, because I want to see how also, I like J. Edgar. I love Bosch's partner.
Yeah, I like J. Edgar. So
J. Edgar's cool.
I say this to kind of like ease your mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, Maddie's more of a prominent character in Bosch Legacy, but I ain't gonna hold you. There's just another season of Bosch.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. No,
okay.
and that's fine. That's fine. Well, I just thought it was cool that, like, okay, we're pushing things forward. I was like, we're not just staying on the same bullshit.
It was some new streaming thing that Amazon was trying to do, but as opposed to Bosch having like season number 8 on here, and then you got 7 seasons, we just gonna call it Bosch Legacy. Even though if you watch them old ones, it's just another episode of Bosch. No, so yeah, you good on it.
Yeah, and to answer G Martinez Mac, no, he doesn't have a weird accent. He just talks like a normal dude. He just like if I don't know what it is, like. All I know is, the only thing I will say fucked me up is there was some characters that they brought in the first couple of seasons, or first 2 or 3 seasons. Matthew Lillard features a lot in the second and third season. I was like, man, y'all knew he was going to get a spinoff. He didn't get the spinoff. And then there was another cat. I can't remember his name. He was Detective Roberts. Was Robertson on like the 3rd, 4th season? He was the oh my god, I think he was the Afro-Latino brother who was like always giving Bosch a hard time. I was like, man, y'all need to give this dude a show. But that hadn't happened yet either. So yeah, well, we'll have to go from there. But anyway, Carter, do you got anything? Do you have a
Yes, I talked about it on my Twitch stream, and it's literally right behind me. This was something your ass wanted, but I got it out of the bargain bin at my shop this week for $20. It's from James Tinian. You just got yours in as well because you ordered it too. But yeah,
I did.
Yeah. Department of Truth. A lot more of your X-Files, Men in Black kind of a story. But the basic gist is conspiracy theories and shit like that people will have about certain things. Like, okay, case in point, like the MCU stuff we're talking about with Robert Downey Jr. and all that kind of stuff. In this story, it's a horror book, number one.
Right.
But they're making it out that if enough people believe in a conspiracy theory, it can become real. So the Department of Truth is there to stop reality from breaking because of all of these conspiracy theories that people are making. Just to give you all one example, because I'd really rather you all go into it blind like I did. One of the characters is with a group of people that believe in flat Earth theory. They believe that the Earth is flat. And he's on a plane with these people, and he nods off on the plane. One of the people wake him up. When they wake him up, he sees like planets and shit, and just a big ass wall because he's at the end of the world because all of those people believe in it enough
that it came
that it became a thing. So there's a lot of that going on. There is a lot of real world shit that is in there as well that they allude to. There's one issue with a woman who lost her child in a school shooting, and with the conspiracy stuff that she had been seeing online, she slowly started to believe that it was all fake because of the Alex Jones stuff. If you all know, when he was talking about it was fake, because she can't believe that her baby is gone, she starts believing that it was all fake and my child is actually out there alive somewhere. And it's just, that book is rough. Book is rough.
Look,
but
don't go into it thinking you about to have a happy fun time.
Yeah, Deck It
I
Out hit
just
it on the
saw
head.
Yeah.
Like Control and that in the Federal Bureau of Control. Yes, that's the vibe
That is
I
it.
get when I read it. And Control is one of my favorite video games too. And I've only been led astray on 2 occasions when it comes to James Tynion, one of which was Red Hood and the Outlaws, which I'll never forgive him for, and another one was just World Tree, because I just don't know where the fuck that book is going at this point. It's just a naked white girl killing people. But Department of Truth is really, really solid. Really solid book. Like I said, I don't want to say any more than that, because if you're interested in reading it, I'd really rather you all go in blind like I did and just enjoy yourself. It's 1 through 17. It's 1 through 17 in that hardcover. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. I was like, I couldn't remember the exact. I thought like maybe into like 13, 15, something like that. But no, I will also say too, did you read The Nice House by the Sea? Have you read that one yet?
No. Is that the sequel to Nice House on the Lake?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't read any of that. The last recommended thing from you before Department of Truth is that Something's Killing the Children.
Gotcha. Yeah. So this read Nice House on the Lake first.
Okay.
You don't have to, but if you have plans to read Nice House on the Lake, Nice House by the Sea will spoil the fuck out of Nice House on the Lake.
Okay.
So yeah, just to put that out there. And yes, actually that's another thing. Someone just brought this up. Lance Reddick kills on this talking about Bosch. That's another thing. It's so heartbreaking to watch that show, because like, man, it reminded me how cold Lance Reddick was. Man, I was like, gone too soon. But no, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to our questions from the Discord.
They are in there.
We got them. We got one here. Let's see. Can I pull these up? Yeah, I can pull these up. There we go. We're gonna make this work. Here we go. Bam. Let's see here. We have got first one from Q Doma. Says, hello, Blerd Carter. I hope you're having a great week. And says, my question to you is, which Mortal Kombat 1 character is most fun for you to play, and why? For me, it is Havoc. I like him because it's like having your own zombie. I'm gonna leave that one to you, Carter, because I think you play more Mortal Kombat 1 than I have.
So you are incorrect, sir. I saw it in development and some other shit that I can't talk about. But no, I have not played MK1 and don't plan on playing MK1. I do like Havoc because I remember Havoc from the little 3D trilogy they did that were on PS2, where he was hurting himself to hurt you. He does it in MK1, like ripping his arm off to hit you. He would break himself, like he would turn his torso around completely to like do a spin move to hit you. Because he's a zombie-like character. He rips his head off and throws it at you like a projectile. He breaks his neck as a win pose. So yeah, I like Havoc as well. I like that they're trying to make him like a legitimate threat in MK1, which is adorable. But no, I haven't played MK1. I don't want to play MK1. The last Mortal Kombat game I will say I enjoyed was X, but I didn't play a lot of X. Well, no, I liked MK11. I liked MK11 because that was the best version of Jax. That was the best version of Jax I have ever played in a video game. But yeah, MK1 was not for me, Q-Doma. I'm sorry. That game
MK1 had a lot of problems straight out the gate, so I was like, I'm gonna wait till this is in a better state. Also, I'm gonna wait for the inevitable Ultimate Edition that they will release that'll have everything.
Something that'll make you laugh. So Evo just passed. This was MK1's first year. That motherfucker had 600 entrants and that's it. Street Fighter 6 had like 4,000 or 5,000.
Jesus. Yeah.
Somebody
fucked up the bag on that one. We got, oh wait, I didn't mean to do that. Only you can prevent forest fire. Says, top of the day, fam. Appreciate y'all, and I love repping our set. Avengers Doomsday question. I'm thinking RDJ's Doom ends up with the TVA book at the end of season 2. I don't know how, but I'm curious to know your thoughts about this version of Doom, and what if Loki made all this happen? Because technically, he's behind all of this. You know, honestly, that's a name I haven't really heard people bring up very often in regards to this, is Loki. And, and everything that happened with the end of Loki season 2. I think that there's something to it. I feel like there's no way the TVA doesn't come up. I feel like there's no way the TVA doesn't come up in any of this. That's just me. My only real concern with RDJ, once again, I said this before, but I think the idea of stunt casting Robert Downey Jr. to play Dr. Doom, I think it's a dumb idea. I think it'll be fun, but I still think it's dumb. I'm gonna roll with it. I feel like by the time we get to the end of all this, I don't think that this will be a Doctor Doom that persists after Secret Wars. At least, I hope it isn't. I hope it isn't. I don't know. What do you think, Carter?
Honestly, I don't know what to think when it comes to this movie. I didn't think we'd see Robert Downey Jr. back, and they haven't really done anything in regards to. I've seen more Dr. Doom shit from people that swore up and down that he was going to be in Wakanda forever than I have of Marvel proper doing anything with Doom. So honestly, because nothing was leading to Doom as far as I knew, I don't know where the fuck they gonna go with this. I don't know if the TVA is gonna have anything to do with it. I think a lot more people are constantly thinking about the TVA just because of Loki season 2 and especially Deadpool and Wolverine. But I don't know. They might go in a completely different direction because honestly, I don't know, dog. I don't.
Oh, I'm gonna have to wait and see. It's a wait and see for me.
Yeah.
Oh man, we got our guy. Trap got Thanos. Says, what's up, guys? I'm feeling a little spicy today. So my question might be a little controversial. What is something you think they couldn't get away with today for comics? I was reading some old... I knew where this was going. I was reading some old Static issues and got to one where one of his friends comes out and Static acts super homophobic for a couple of issues before he apologizes. Could you imagine if they did something like that with Miles Morales today? There would be EW and New York Times articles that same week calling him the homophobic spider, LOL. Also, get those likes up and don't let this MCU Doom news get you to read Infamous Iron Man as one of the worst endings to any comic I've ever read.
So everything was good up until you see the twist of what it really was, because you think it's going one route, which would have been a nice, that would have been a cold series, and then it don't. So
it just
didn't
flips.
It didn't fully stick the landing, but that's still a good book, though. That's still a good book.
I tell you what, it's good if you stop at issue, like, how many issues was that? Like 11? Or not 11, but was it 12?
No. You sound like a review I saw for that new M. Night Shyamalan movie, that Trap.
Oh, yeah. He says,
that dude said that movie was good until the second half. So he said, watch about an hour of it and then walk out the theater.
Yeah. Like when you get to that next to last issue, just put the book down and just pretend that's where it ends. Okay, so it's funny, y'all. It's funny that Trap God brought this up because I've actually been going back and reading some old Static because, you know, we got the compendiums up there. One of the things with this, here, I'm going to bring us back here. One of the things with this is, and I actually thought about doing a video on this. There is a really Static. That's the thing about Static I thought was always interesting. Static would take chances to tell a story.
Okay.
Like, yes, Static acts incredibly, like, and I'm not joking when I say this, he does get pretty fucking homophobic towards his friend. Which effectively is Richie, more or less. For those who are Static Shock fans, I know a lot of people who love Static aren't as familiar with the comic. They're more familiar with the cartoon. And that character, basically, Richie on the cartoon is an amalgamation of two of Static's friends from the comic.
Okay.
And in that comic, one of those friends came out as gay. And it's something that, like, to be fair, there's a lot of homophobia in those early issues, not from Static so much, but also from other people around Static and this friend, as well as like people within that same friend group. And yes, it is addressed and it's handled. It was one of those things where the way they were telling the story, they were trying to show a character going from being one way and realizing that their way of thinking is wrong, and then overcoming that way of thinking and having an open mind to and showing tolerance. There's also, and I almost did a video on this, I may still, it's in my back pocket, but there's a moment in that Static comic, maybe a little bit before that, where they do this thing where, for those who don't know, Frida Gorn, who is Static's like long time on again, off again love interest, she's Jewish. And they do a story arc where Static comes face to face with anti-Semitism stemming from the black community towards, Jewish people. Gotcha. And also some of that black Israelite energy. One of the villains in that arc is kind of pulling that, black people are the real Jews type bullshit.
Yeah.
And it kind of leads Static and Frida to have a serious conversation about how just because people want to put them at odds with one another, there's no good reason for them to be at odds with one another. That, there is no such thing as the discrimination Olympics. Discrimination is discrimination. Let's not try to compare slavery and the Holocaust. Both things are terrible. You should accept that both things are terrible, and you should be able to recognize that both things are terrible. One doesn't have to be worse than the other for the other person to feel seen. You don't have to try and be like, I'm going to rate slavery at a 2. We're going to put the Holocaust at a 1. We're going to rate slavery at 1, put the Holocaust at a 2. No. Bad. Period. End of story. And that comic kind of plays with that. And I will admit, it's one of those things where I actually appreciated that Dwayne McDuffie was willing to allow you to look at his characters with a little bit of side eye to show that they weren't perfect. I think that's why early Milestone hit, because Icon was the same way. Icon was a black Republican, and a lot of times Rocket had to check him and be like, I forgot, you only black some of the time. Or you're not really black, you're an alien, so you won't get it. Like sometimes Icon would have some Fox News bullshit takes. And it would always be like, you couldn't do that today because, Carter, do you remember Avengers number 12 and 13 that came out not too terribly long ago?
You have to refresh me.
There was some discourse. And this is why I tell people Twitter's not a real place, so you shouldn't treat it as such. But I remember seeing so many people on comic book Twitter that were getting, and mostly black comic book fans, who were getting pissed off and just taking it way too personally that 3D Man, a whole black man, was working for Orcus.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. Okay, I remember that.
Some very prominent black Twitter accounts in the comics Twitter spectrum were all cooking Jed McKay shit, talking about how terrible a writer he is, making a black man a part of a hate group. And then, like, about 2 or 3 weeks later, the next issue came out, and they all had to kiss Jed McKay's ring because he wasn't. He was infiltrating the group so he could destroy it from the inside. I mean, to be fair, a lot of people tried to make the argument, he pivoted, he changed it at the last minute because we criticized him. No, that book was already done long before y'all ever even saw the issue y'all got mad about. So that's why I tell people, nowadays, we don't get to have stories like this because people are way too reactionary. And as soon as they see a character acting out of pocket, they are going to criticize that comic and not allow the character to have a journey from being in the wrong to being in the right. You could not, and I'll say it now, I agree with Tribe Got Thanos. You cannot and you will not ever see a comic where Miles Morales has a problematic ass fucking take and then is put on game and corrects himself, because no one is going to allow him the 2 to 3 months it would take to have those 2 or 3 issues. They would, and sometimes I think people are way too quick to give their opinion. Because I remember when the shit I was talking about with 3D Man, I actually almost made a video about it, talking about it, because I was like, oh man, this is an interesting choice. But I was like, no, I'm gonna let Jed McKay cook, and then I'm gonna talk about it. I didn't have to wait long. The very next issue is everything that I would have had a concern about was addressed, and everything was fine. But that's the thing, you cannot do that anymore. Characters are not allowed to grow. Characters are not allowed to be temporarily bad people. It would be no different. Like honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm some paragon of virtue. I used to have some very fucked up opinions about a lot of things. And with the passage of time and with the help of people, you coming to me and saying, hey, this is what this is. You know, maybe you might want to revisit this. And I'll go, okay, yeah. Like, case in point, I used to not be like, a lot of people always try to say, oh, Blerd, you're such a, Blerd's an LBGTQIA plus shill. He's always out here shilling for the gays and shilling for the trans people. Here's the thing. I wasn't always that way. I mean, I don't like to think of myself as a shill for those. I just think of it as the fact that I just accept the fact that these are people. They're human beings with thoughts and feelings and wants and desires, none of which are problematic, or anything like that. But yeah, when I was a teenager, I used to have a very homophobic mindset. When I was a teenager, I fully copped to that. I had an incredibly transphobic mindset in my 20s. The person I am today is not the person I was years ago. But the thing is, comic book characters are not going to be allowed that because it would be shut down like that. Anyway, that is I spent way more time on that than I actually had initially planned. I apologize, but it is something that meant a lot to me. So we're just gonna roll with that. Anyway, we got another one here. This is Uncanny. Oh wow, that's the name. Uncanny Spider Strider EXE. I like that. I actually like that. What up, Ernie and Carter? What's your wish list of characters you want in Marvel Rivals? I kind of want an X-Men team, but I want to hear yours, and also skins that y'all have. That is all. Y'all have a great Saturday. Also, I had a blast with Rivals more than Overwatch 2. That is a common theme I've actually been hearing for people. Carter, you've actually played more Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals. I don't know why I keep saying Rising. Oh my God. What do you think?
No comment.
Oh,
I think you know why, but no.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah, he can't say. That is true. He can't say. Carter has inside baseball, so he can't say.
The one thing I can say is I like how current that the game is to where they can do certain skins. I give you two examples. Magneto, on the back of his cape, there was Krakoa lettering. And during the character intros, well, not intros, but like when you're about to start the match and you're waiting for the doors to open, he's talking to Storm, or he's talking to Wanda about how what happened on Genosha will never happen again, and he's not going to let it happen on Krakoa. There is a Thor skin that you get in the little battle pass they're doing for this current beta, to where it's that dope ass Thor outfit when he was the Herald in Donny Cates run. He has that skin in the game. That's what made me want to learn the character in the game, because he's a very fucking weird tank to learn. But other skins. So this has already been like rumored on YouTube and online a lot. So that's what I'm on you to not get in trouble. Moon Knight. I really need to see Moon Knight in that suit. If he's just in the cape and shit, I'm gonna be really, really sad.
Mr. Knight. You need Mr. Knight.
I need Mr. Knight. That's what made me want to read Moon Knight books, was when I saw Mr. Knight. And I've gone back to books where he never had a goddamn suit on. Bendis and Jed McKay and shit especially. So I need to see a Mr. Knight suit. They need to do a Loki season 2 drip. I'll play the fuck out of Loki if he's wearing that season 2 drip. Because they just have President Loki as an alternate skin for him right now.
Yeah. It's
But you can answer that question. What skins would you want?
Well, we know Dr. Doom is coming to the game. I would like to see that infamous Iron Man drip.
Mm-hmm.
I also would like to see the God Doom drip. I think they might have even shown it. I don't know. I know. Okay, so I'm not gonna let Carter participate in this one because I don't want to get him in trouble. But I have a list of all the leaked heroes that have that might end up showing up in front of me. I see a Squirrel Girl, I'll holler. I'll holler if I see it. I see Moon Knight listed on the leaked list. I see Cloak and Dagger. I see Human Torch, Hawkeye, Captain America. Venom is kind of not a secret. I think Venom leaked like when the game was like still like in deep off in closed beta.
Oh, dog. So that got leaked by one of the motherfuckers that got leaked by one of the people that was in that playtest.
Oh,
Seeing
yeah,
them
with you?
plastered online, yeah, bro. Seeing that little girl plastered online was
Oh, man.
But yeah, please continue. Please continue.
I also see characters like Jeff the Land Shark, Psylocke, Iron Fist, not Danny Rand, but the Tin Lee version of the character. I mean, so just based on these, and I also see Mr. Fantastic. I'm gonna tell you right now, for me, if there's any character I would want to see, and y'all know me, I'm always gonna bet on black. I want to see Blue Marvel and Monica Rambeau. I want to see Blue Marvel and Monica Rambeau. That's what I want. Make that a thing, and you have me. I will be that much more likely to play. Let's see here. What else we got?
That's everything from Discord questions.
That's everything. All right. Boom. We in. Let's move on. We've got, let's see, first question that I see. Some of them I kind of, they might be covered up because I've had to pin some stuff, and it usually pins it at the top, not the bottom. Let's go for Mailman says, question. I've noticed a lot of American media with black characters targeting social issues. As important as they are today, do you ever think it is too much / lazy, or it's the responsible move? It depends on what it is. I don't think if you have comics with black characters in it, I don't think it's wise to pretend that certain things don't exist. Like, if you have a comic with a black character, I don't think it's okay to pretend that racism doesn't exist. If you have a character that is a black woman, I don't think it's a wise idea to pretend that racism and sexism don't exist. When it comes to recent issues, like if this stuff is happening in the real world, like literally as we speak, that's touchy depending on what it is. If you can do it respectfully, I think it's perfectly okay. I think everything for the most part is fair game as long as you do it respectfully and you don't treat it as okay, here's the thing. It should never be a crutch, and it should also never be something you just threw in just for brownie points. It should feel genuine. And I think we all know when it isn't. So, Carter, you got an opinion on that?
No, because I've talked about this ad nauseum several times, and you basically hit the nail on the head. That's a really good question. Fuck it. I'll just keep it with black folks. I won't go with anybody else. We know when people are faking the funk. That's the nicest way I can say that. We know. So when I have seen it in books where it's literally you doing it because, you know, I got to show y'all I'm an ally. Black lives, in fact, do matter. That's not genuine. Cut it out.
No.
Cut it out. We have seen that several fucking times. So
yeah, stop faking the funk.
Do I? Yeah, I would say I think it's becoming a bit too much. I think you basically hit it where don't act like it doesn't exist, but that's not all we are. Stop.
Right.
Stop it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It should never be the only thing that's focused on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I just want to highlight a very powerful message, something that kind of tangential to what I was talking about earlier. Question from Trap Got Thanos was from Jonathan Schwinn. Says, I used to be kind of LGBT phobic, and then I realized I am one of those LGBTs. And that's the thing. you never know.
Mhm.
And I think it's actually why I think the case in point, not to try and say the two are the same, but it's why when they did Invincible, God, what was that boy's name? Invincible's friend. I forget his name. I'm blanking on
his
it.
name too. Yeah.
But basically, early on in the series in Invincible, like he was incredibly homophobic. Like he was incredibly homophobic. But like then, many issues later, it was revealed he was in fact gay. Like he
he got a man. He getting his back blown out.
Yeah.
He went from being homophobic to being on the team. Dude.
Yeah. And the thing is, it was one of those deals where you can make a case for whether or not that was Robert Kirkman's long game playing out, or if he just got tired of people calling his book homophobic. Because it wasn't even just the fact that he was homophobic. I'm talking about the character in question. But also Adam Eve and Invincible both would say homophobic things around him sometimes too, or whatever, like even leading up to the point that it was finally revealed he was in fact actually gay.
Mm.
You can make an argument for either one. I'm not here to split hairs on that. I just for me it's not the place right now. We'll be here for the rest of the day doing that. But it was one of the reasons why when they did the animated series, they kind of skipped all that and just went straight to it. Because sometimes you want to improve on things that maybe you didn't do very well the first time around. But yeah, I think that's actually a very powerful message. I will even go as far as to say, well, I didn't have the exact same experience. I became closer to the LGBTQIA plus community because of the people in my life. One of my cousins, some of my friends, my family. Even to the point of, just becoming closer to that community in such a way that I realized, wow, everything I thought was fucking stupid. And I felt a lot of shame. And I think, honestly, you should. You should feel that shame because I feel it helps you grow. But yeah, I think it's a very powerful message, and I love to see it. I love to see people, see that, hey, you can learn, you can grow. You don't have to be static, and not static as in the superhero, but static as in your life. We also got one here from right here, G Martinez Mac with questions. When's Ernie and Carter gonna have the comic book barbecue breakdown? Starring the Blerd Cave, Nerds of Culture, wet wipes, paper plates, vodka in red cups, rib, steak, and chicken. Yes.
So here's the deal with that. You probably won't see the Blerd Cave version, but you'll probably see the Nerds of Culture version because I won't be around for that. If I can be completely honest with you, I am very, 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 very picky when it comes to other people's barbecue. Because I have been around like my family and cousins and grandmothers and shit like that, and like everybody kind of brags about it, but I got a certain aunt that is just like she is an Avengers level threat when it comes to barbecue, and that's really the only one that I fuck with. So just eating other people's own.
Well, I think that's also a little bit of the Memphis in you too, because that's kind of people from Memphis don't fuck with everybody's barbecue. Like you got to be hitting on something.
If there's one thing you need to be happy you are not in LA for, is where anytime I am around and there is barbecue involved. So how you feel about it, Carter? Because ain't you from Tennessee, right? How was this barbecue? Like, is it like that in the South? Look, Tennessee hot. How is it? Is it good? Stop shaking your head, Ernie. Is it good? Because you from Tennessee, shouldn't you know it? Barbecue, right? Ain't it good?
No. My personal favorite. Oh man, you from Memphis where they got the good barbecue. Man, I sure want to get down there and get some of that Rendezvous. I heard it's the best barbecue ever. Okay. No. You good? Yeah. No, Rendezvous. Yeah, best barbecue in the world.
It gets on my fucking nerves, but you all might get y'all get a Nerds of Culture one because Ernie's more open to I can't do that. I'm sorry.
I mean, I would. You know what I wish we could do? You know what I wish we could do? Like, you know, they have hot ones. You could have like just you just have like you have that, but just like barbecue. That would I would do that. Like, just, hey,
Lord,
like
no.
could you imagine me sitting across from Jed McKay and just asking that motherfucker questions while he eating barbecue, got barbecue sauce all around his face and around his mouth? Dude, that'd be crazy. Dude, okay, you know what? I gotta do it.
Imagine at a table eating like 8 or 9 different motherfuckers barbecue. Oh,
bruh.
no.
Ooh, man. That would be.
No.
Hey, you know what I would do? I'd be like, hey, AB, can you come over and hook us up?
Oh, man.
That would be wild. We also got Detrick Morton here with the question says, what the hell is a chud? Only chuds I know is that 1985 movie that had those monsters living in the sewers, snatching people through sewer grates. Okay, so that's kind of what it's in reference to, but chuds are basically the angry internet people, like the people online who are terminally online, and which, by the way, first off, well, you showing some age, you know about that movie, Chuds. First off, I'm gonna need you to. I got some questions. But no, they started recently referring. They started recently referring to those nasty internet personalities as chuds. Bottom feeder, bottom dwelling types of people. Also, I started hearing, for those in the Star Trek community, I started hearing people call them Packlids, which is also kind of a similar thing. A race of aliens are just fucking stupid. Just fucking stupid. Anyway. But yes, that's basically what it is. You ever hear somebody referring to a chud? They are referring to some crusty ass person on the internet who probably has a neck beard, has probably never known the love of a woman or anyone, whether of the opposite sex or same sex, that they are attracted to, and very likely probably think very racist, homophobic, transphobic things. The Quartering, chud. Geeks and Gamers, chuds. Nerdrotic, chud. Yellow Flash, chud. Melanie Mac, surprisingly, or maybe not so surprisingly, also very much a chud. So there you go. Asmund Gold, yes, chud. Though that's more of a recent development, I feel. Tyro Magnus, wannabe chud. Lest anyone forgot.
It's woke.
Just in case anyone forgot about that. But yeah, anybody who constantly complains about stuff being woke or being too gay or being too black, or people the DEI the DEI crowd, Star Wars theory, Ripa, people, first off, anyone that says DEI, like when they complain about that, you know what time it is. And if you don't remember what DEI stands for,
Too many niggas.
that's what that means. Anyway, that said, we've also got one from Mr. January 16th. Says, what is your ideal 80s, 90s property that could be revived in any form that you think would translate well today? I've actually thought about this a lot.
I want a noir comic book about Hunter.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Give me a biker joint about Renegade. Give me a new comic about Renegade, Ernie. I want a Renegade comic. I want Lorenzo Lamas out here whooping all kind of ass. Yeah, give me a Renegade.
God. Oh my God. You know what I was actually watching the other day? I was watching The Meteor Man. I was like, you know what? If you actually, I would want to, I would still want some comedic aspects to it, but I would like to see a Meteor Man come back.
Man,
That would be.
Remo Williams. Jeez.
Oh my God. Remo Williams. Jesus.
Remo Williams, dog.
No, I tell you what, no. Action Jackson, that would be lit. I'd love to see a new Action Jackson. That would be something. That'd be something right there. I'd love to see that. You know what? I actually like this definition for DEI, dynamically educated, enlightened individual. I like that. Educated or enlightened individual. I like that. I like that a lot. Mantis is another one. I actually was watching Mantis the other day too. I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Do you know what I forgot? So man, I forgot. Whew. I forgot how wild Mantis used to be. Motherfucker had, what was it? One of his white friends. Mm-hmm. They tried to go back in that motherfucker's DNA and bring back one of his ancestors. It was some evil ass white man. I was like, Lord, ain't that about a bitch? I would love to see Highlander back as well. Like I know they're working on it. It's currently in the works. I think Henry Cavill is attached now. But yeah, I would love to see Highlander make a dude. Could you imagine a Highlander comic right now, bruh? Woo, that shit would eat. Let's see here.
Crazier things have happened. You know, they brought back Witchblade.
I just heard about that too. I was scrolling my YouTube feed and I saw Casually Comics. She was talking about it, and I was like, oh shit, how did that get past me? I was like, how did that get past? How'd y'all sneak Witchblade past me? I don't know how you did it. Let me go back a little bit because I think there were some questions I missed from earlier. Because they got blocked by other shit. Let's see here. Oh, wait, what was this all about? Oh, god damn it. Sorry. I was here looking at an old chat message. It said message was deleted, and I was like, why? And I looked and saw what it was. I was like, oh, Zoids. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, we need to end it. We need to end it because Jasmine is now doing what LJ Brown used to do. She bragging about this 3-hour agenda. We need to hurry up now.
Oh yeah,
you don't say the over 3-hour agenda is going strong with the evil emote. No. Okay. Yeah. Please believe this shit is supremely edited when I put it on Spotify. You're gonna be like 256. We're gonna be like 256 hard.
You know what it is? Once the bet was over, I was like, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore.
And didn't even honor the bet. You ain't watching not an episode of fucking One Piece.
No. I didn't have to. I won the bet. LJ had to watch Bleach.
Oh.
Yeah, I won the bet.
Yeah,
I made it the
remember
year.
Darkman.
Yeah, Darkman actually was just that yet another movie I was literally just watching just the other day.
You put it on that damn Blerd Plus, didn't it?
I did. Everything I just talked about is on there. Everything I just talked about is on there.
Wait, you put Renegade and Hunter on there?
No, not Renegade and Hunter, but I will if you want me to. I will if you want me to.
You unironically just watching the Lorenzo Lama shenanigans.
I do. I used to.
That white man made every black person I know want a motorcycle with some long flowing hair just to whoop ass for no reason.
What was it? Was it the Native American brother that was on there? Had the mullet with the feather. I was like, oh yeah, that's my boy right there. That's my boy.
Yep,
that's my boy. I'm trying to see who knows somebody to not just bring up Sequest. Stop.
What is it with these wrestling pay-per-views on Saturdays now? They saying that SummerSlam just started?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they do Saturdays now. They started. Well, yeah, because WCW used to do Saturdays. Way back in the day too. So AEW started doing Saturdays, then WWE just started miraculously saying, yeah, we're gonna do Saturdays too. So yeah, craziness. Sliders. Now that's another one I would like to see. I would love me some sliders, though not that last season of sliders. Y'all keep that. You know what? We actually did not have a fifth question, but we do have one now, so I'm gonna answer it. Can Carter take the show out? Tell him, go to hell, Carter. Hey, you know what, Carter? Just for that, you do just that.
No, I will not do that. It's better when you all don't expect it.
Oh shit!
It's better when it catches y'all asses out of nowhere, like a fucking RKO.
Okay, that's fair. Well, you know what? For you know what? I got nothing else to say. I got nothing else to announce. So you know what? For Carter Presents, I am the Blerd without fear. Doctor Strange, you can go to hell.